All right, we're live. Welcome to another episode of Salisbury Anarchy, year 500. Our last one with Thomas for a couple months. So we're going to be doing a bit of a send-off. I'm sure. Before we dive in, just wanted to note that we were talking about Doctor Doom and how they need to get him right for Marvel. Yeah. We'll go ahead and...
You hear us, Disney?
Yeah. Listen to us and all our 5 viewers that watch us.
Listen to
One
us.
of them is surely
Or people on the internet.
Kevin Feige. One for sure is, I know him somewhere. Let us know, Kevin. Anyways, we'll go through some intros and dive in. Start with Thomas.
Hello, my name is Thomas, and I will be playing as Sir Edrich of Winterbourne, Stoke, Marshal of Salisbury. And yes, it'll be strange. My Mondays not doing this for a good couple weeks.
Mark.
Hello, I'm Mark, aka the Cat's Meow, and I'm going to be playing probably mostly Sir Rhodri of Idmiston, but I also play Sir Florence of Idmiston and the Barony of Axe.
Give me 1 sec, guys. I clicked a button on accident.
Oh no!
I'm not allowed to
hear
do my
us.
intro.
They just
I
can't see
understand.
us.
No, I understand. I'm not allowed to do my intro.
All right, you're up, Liam.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Liam. I am going to be playing Sir Virgil of Durnford this evening, and I am going to miss Thomas, except for he's coming to my state, so I will not miss him as badly.
That means I won't. Sorry, Tom.
Well, you won't miss me. I'll be within probably walking or driving distance.
That's true. All right. Well, that's weird. Hold on 1 sec. I accidentally ruined Mark's name tag here. 1 sec. Oh no!
Ruined his good name.
I've ruined all your. Oh, there we go. We fixed it. Crisis averted. I'm gonna try this again. That worked. Moving your names up. So here's why. I think it gets in the way of your pictures, and that's inappropriate. So we're gonna try moving it somewhere else on the screen.
Understood.
You know what? I think I can do. Let's try. Edrich, put it here, put it above your head. Ha ha. There we go. Florence, same thing. Or Rhodri right now. You know what I mean. Alright. I'm done. And then Virgil. AKA Perin.
I love Virgil. Am I coming on mic when I'm chewing? Are you guys hearing me chew Pop-Tart real loud? I hope not.
Not loud.
I don't. Yeah.
That's what you mean.
It doesn't sound like an ASMR video or anything. If that's what you're worried about.
I am indeed.
Well, you're good then. Haha. All right.
ASMR is pretty popular. We might get extra views if we do that. But if we do,
Hi,
we
everybody.
need
Welcome
one of
to,
us to go into a hot tub.
William Coakley's Pop-Tart stream. I'm just gonna put that. Today we're doing a hot fudge sundae Pop-Tart, and we're going to be killing Saxons at the same time. Thank you.
Indeed.
Virgil cries out, "Die, you filthy swine!"
It's been a minute since you guys have killed any Saxons, hasn't it?
It's been a while.
We've been
Mostly
won't
been
let us-
killing fellow
they-
Kimrick.
Yeah, they won't let us anymore. They cancel us.
It's true. I think it's really inappropriate of them to do so. But it's just me.
Something about "you're surrounded on all sides by Saxons, please don't provoke any into a war." What kind of nonsense is that?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Let's see here.
It's electrifying.
Okay, let's do a quick little recap, folks. Like, what did we do last? What do you guys remember from last session? Let's catch
Yeah, what do you remember, Liam?
I'm
Yeah,
glad,
did you watch
you
the
made the
stream?
joke. I was gonna. I didn't. I was doing my birthday.
Yeah.
So fill
Happy
me in.
birthday, Leo. Mark, as Sir Florence, did epic biz. One of the few people over the wall when doing a siege. That, while ultimately a failure, worked out relatively okay. We discovered that the Praetor Siagrius had men working with the other Praetor there. And
Jonathan.
we discovered, yes, we
Praetor
discovered
Jonathan.
that one of his knights was in fact an illegitimate son of Edric's uncle, who, honestly, he's a mess.
He stumbled his way into a night ship.
Yeah, stumbled his way into a night ship, surviving well, and also failing pretty hard. I almost lost him, but I used my once-a-year upgrade to keep him alive. This was before actually knowing that he was my kin. So the House of Winterbourne Stoke doesn't really get a new member, but we've got more people.
More people. Okay. And then what about back in Salisbury? Did a bit of that? What do y'all remember?
I went to Shoot Forest or Harewood. No, I think it was Shoot Forest.
Yeah, we found a crazy old man who was very large and very ornery, and we didn't look too much further into what he was doing, and we came across Lud's Hall, noting
Well, we
that
didn't come across
something.
Lod's Hall.
Yes, we went near Lud's Hall and then got held at Arrow Point when Sir Hwyn came out to speak to us. We noted that some things were off, but also that we had bigger fish to fry. Sir Hwyn really wanted us to elect a new High King, to which Sir
He also
Edrich was
wanted
like,
us
look man, me
to
too.
leave.
Yeah.
And he wants to keep Luke's Hall an independent group under the authority of the king, though he may or may not be working with Silchester at once. What's his name?
He
Duke
mentioned
something to be High King?
Duke Ulfius.
Duke Orpheus.
He also did mention having a lord whose name I can't quite remember.
Sir Robert, I think it was?
Or Roderick, or... It was
It
an R
wasn't
name.
Roderick. It was an R name.
Yeah, you guys nailed it.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to bring us into the summertime.
Wait, can you say it again? I wasn't paying attention.
Watch the stream. Summer
Okay.
loving happens so fast.
Let's dive in. All right. So first and foremost, let's talk about the state of things as you're aware in the summer. I will accept a battle or an intrigue test.
Oddly enough, my battle is better than my intrigue. That was not the case.
Was it battle or intrigue?
Yes.
Battle or intrigue. Success.
Huh. I got the same for both, so I'll do the one that I prefer.
Like,
Hell yeah!
Okay, let's see here. Okay, success, and success. Okay, so you can tick whatever you chose. And then let's go over some stuff for you guys.
it's already ticked.
Likewise.
I will bring you guys over to the right map and let the audience see this. All right, there's a few different conflicts going on. Let's see if I got the swords here. And then we can put one here. That's not the right thing. That could be.
There seems to be a lot of war. Good.
Fantastic.
Tell you what's better than the threat of war? War.
Just gonna do this so that I can mark these points for y'all. See if that one works.
God. Britain is so big and Salisbury is so small.
Oh,
All right. So first off, you guys can see the maps, okay? Just want to
Yep.
make sure you guys
Yep.
are aware of what's going on. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this was the battle fought on screen with Florence and Cornwall. They were repelled from the city of Doncaster and pushed back. Well, not really pushed back to Cornwall. Cornwall chose to retreat after testing the walls. It brought a lot of folks hope because it's been the first unsuccessful siege since Cornwall started marching east. Sorry, since Cornwall started marching east. So it's 1 point. Up north, there are rumors of, or to the west, there are rumors of war between King Nanteleod's Scavelon and the Irish King of Estragales, who you all had the pleasure of meeting in character. I guess technically Virgil didn't, but Perin did. But King Derek of Estragales and King Nanteleod of Scavelon.
That's miles away from us. Who cares?
Exactly.
it's one
I'm
county
sure-
over.
I'm
Two
sure
counties,
that'll
technically.
never be a problem for us ever.
Exactly. Okay, continuing on. I just want to get this right because there's a fair chunk of it. The internecine war. Okay, so to our friends in Sussex and Kent,
Friends.
are good buddies and pals, people we love and hold dear to our hearts.
I'll hold something dear to their hearts.
The king of Sussex and the Saxon king of Sussex and the Jutes king of Kent did clash. So there was a bit of a war between the two. This was done deep in the Purdue Forest.
I am
really-
pleased by this.
That's fair. That's fair. The battle was relatively indecisive, and both withdrew. And then I think you guys heard of this a little bit, but in mid-spring, a major force of Saxons landed offshore of Herwent, which was recently reclaimed by the Britons. This fleet is said to actually be Angles, not Saxons. And though relatively, there hasn't been much news out of Caerwent as to the outcome. And so the assumption is that's a bad thing. They say this new fella goes by the name Witcham.
Witcham?
Witcham.
Which one?
Witcham.
Which helm is which?
Indeed.
Does he have a helmet? Because if he does, we can make the funniest interaction before Abbott and Costello.
Who's
He
the
does. Which helm?
who's the main character at the Pokemon show? Ash Witcham?
So They did contest with the recently self-proclaimed Duke of Caerwent, who is Lady Lilla's father. You remember, or Sir Jareth's stepdad, not stepdad, father.
Father-in-law.
That's it. So yeah, not much news out of that situation, but people are assuming the worst. Though with all the turmoil, people are wondering whether this Quitchelm will actually ally with Essex, because up till about a year or two ago, Caerwent was under Essex. It was actually Essex land. So there's actually arguably different claim there. Like Essex, this new group just came and settled on land that wasn't currently held by Essex, but Essex still had claim to it.
Indeed.
And there's question where that will go. And that's the minor, just 4 wars, no big deal. Everything's fine.
Just 4.
No one's at war with us yet, so
I'm sure there'll be no more wars by this year's end.
the war to end all wars. I do have one question though, because we did specifically make a deal to send some of our knights to fight with Silchester and Sussex. Did they get involved in the Kent conflict, or has that not happened yet?
That's a good question. Because they wouldn't necessarily go directly to war. Who did you send your soldiers to? Because there's more than one place, right? You guys sent soldiers to?
No, we sent it
No,
to
we sent
one
it to one
place
place.
specifically.
Just one.
Which it was Sussex, I believe, because they had a deal with Silchester, and we believed them to be the lesser of 2 evils and wouldn't directly attack Londinium with our guys.
Yeah.
Let us see here. Maybe Thomas Hirelo.
Hi.
Right? Yes, they did.
Hello.
Your men did clash in that war. It was a matter of whether they were stationed closer to Sussex or not. So.
Indeed.
So you'll have some veterans potentially coming back.
I'll also have some money.
Money.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, is there anything outside? Like, does anyone have a particular pulse on anything from the outside? Maybe we'll do this one at a time. Mark, if Florence had any interest in the outside world, outside of Salisbury, where would the emphasis have been as far as understanding
Florence?
the politics? Yeah. What did I say? Did I say Florence or did I say something else?
You said Florence. Sorry, I was just a little confused.
No, I just want to make sure I said the right thing. That's all.
Yeah, because Florence's focus is over Cornwall. He's not
Over
focusing on Salisbury at all.
We'll assume you're going to get that anyway. So where would Rhodri's be?
Rhodri's is in Salisbury. He serves as the right hand.
Anywhere outside of Salisbury is where I asked. Would you have any interest
outside
in
of
politics
Salisbury.
outside?
Sorry. Silchester.
Silchester? Okay.
Yeah, they're both our biggest threat and our biggest ally.
Give me an intrigue test there.
Okay. Success.
Okay. You find out that Duke Ulfius has not fully healed from it's kind of like a hidden secret a bit. He's not fully healed since St. Albans. Remember, he was laid out really bad. He has not fully recovered. Spends a great deal of time in bed.
Right.
And rest.
And there's nothing like specific, like it seems like he's dying or anything like that.
There's a
He's just not
fear that
doing well.
he might be dying slowly. He might be wasting away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
Summer.
so one of their big emphasis is trying to find the appropriate situation for the heir, which is Sir Ufo.
For UFO.
Right, yeah.
Indeed.
We gotta marry that kid to our kid, you know?
I don't
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
I doubt he will, because that's a bad deal for him.
Yeah.
Nah, he's tight. He understands the value there.
Probably gonna end up marrying
Salisbury
a
produces
Saxon.
great knights, man. Salisbury produces great knights. It's a good deal for him.
Look no further.
Okay. We're going to go to Mark next. Or, sorry, we just did Mark. We'll go to Thomas next. Where would your...
Well, Bob.
Yeah. Where would your emphasis be?
It would be on Wessex.
Wessex. Okay. Give me an entry test.
Success.
Okay. See this? Okay, there has been movement by Wessex more towards the Silchester and basically the west and north. Their garrisons have been increased towards the Salisbury borders and decreased towards Sussex and Kent.
Really? I will make a note of that, and I will sneakily strengthen our borders in the same way.
So Duplain,
Duplain.
higher garrison in Duplain. Okay. That's the biggest risk there would be Duplain.
Yes. If they're strengthening their garrison there, they're either not expecting an attack from Sussex, which isn't great, or they are expecting an attack from us, which we might not do, but if they're expecting an attack, they'll try and make one.
Okay, understood. What about for Liam? What do you think for Virgil? Anywhere outside of Salisbury that you would have had great interest in sort of figuring out the political landscape?
Politics of?
Yeah.
No. Instead,
Love it.
Virgil would like to figure out the political landscape in Salisbury, specifically in relation to, I think, the things that I talked to you about in the Knights of Salisbury chat. The goals for 500.
Yep. 1 sec. Let's get into... I forgot to load a second Discord so that I could...
I can say it out loud, too, if that's easier.
Yeah, maybe. Just while I'm getting this loaded.
Okay.
Save this time.
Yeah, no worries. Virgil wants to specifically be looking for knights within Salisbury that are close to or surpassing the true knight status kind of thing. And he wants to start working towards turning them into kind of a gang of his that he can use as loyalists to Edrich.
Murder cult. Murder cult.
A gang of enforcers, more like. Relax. We're not murder culting anybody. Goodness.
I'd be stoked about that.
What are we going to start calling them? The 1, the 2, and the 3? Jesus, guys.
We'll
hated
murder
Uther here.
people.
Yeah.
We'll absolutely murder people, but we're just not gonna we're just not gonna be a cult, all right? Relax.
It's
We're
just
more your
reference
lovable street puffs.
to Uther's thugs, right? The 1, the 2, and the 3.
Exactly.
All right. Sounds good. Why don't you give me? If that's the case, it's more of probably. How do you want to approach it? How does Virgil approach it?
I think he spends the next year monitoring those that are not in super strong positions, but have the skill to back it up. And again, like the qualities, just between going to the different feasts and participating in, raids, or inviting people to the castle, or even just checking what the garrisons are like. He's even willing to, in order to get these people, like promote them up from positions that they wouldn't typically be promoted from, like, you know, sergeants in the armies or in the, you know, the garrisons or whatever. But yeah, I think it's kind of more of a, he's just doing his normal thing, but he's keeping a very close eye on people that would make good candidates.
Okay. I'm going to get you 3 tests here. This will be done
I love tests.
like sort of during the spring, just like the others were doing their thing.
Yep.
This is your catch-up sort of equivalent. So you're going to test battle.
Okay.
You're going to test intrigue. Going well so far.
Yeah.
I
going
succeeded
good.
on that battle roll earlier to learn shit that I didn't care about. Here we go. All right. What's my
And then,
last one? Let's go for 3 for 3.
Courtesy. Your
Oh,
entertaining
lovely. They're
guess.
all 11s. Hell yeah!
The dice have hated.
Not
I've
for
noticed the
bird.
dice have really hated you the last couple of times.
Yeah.
The
not-
dice have hated me from the minute Perin picked up a sword.
Yeah. Not to put words in your mouth, Bob, I think it's perfect that he fumbles on courtesy when he's going to find the proudest and the most, like, arbitrary and bloodthirsty, like, knights or fighters in the realm.
Yeah. So help me out. Let's workshop this. What would be an entertaining way rather than just, you know, drum roll or you know, but it's like, what is a way to make this less corny? What is a way to make this interesting? This outcome with the fun.
Well, there's 2 ways. One, Virgil can have made his efforts known to other people in Salisbury, like it's obvious what he's doing. And I imagine there's potentially some people that would not be happy with him doing that. 2, he could end up promoting someone from a peasant status, and there could be some issues with the courtesy on that one. And the third option that I have, of course, is he just pisses someone off enough to trigger a duel.
I think the fumble on courtesy that would, I think a duel makes sense for the courtesy fumble. Like you invite someone in and then end up threatening or offending them to the point where they like they call for a duel.
I would never do that. I would never do
that.
I'll kill you. How dare you say that about me?
Yeah, and I don't think the intrigue and battle failures means that you didn't succeed. I think the overall flop on this one is that you really did get some bullies.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I'm waiting for.
Okay. Shall we figure out who you offended?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so rather than someone random, well, you were going more. You weren't necessarily looking for lords and vassals. You were looking for people that didn't have a rank and file, right? That might.
Correct. A lord and a vassal would be fine. The more power that they have, the better. But also, like, Salisbury is low on knights right now, and I think Virgil's mentality is that he's going to create circumstances to get more knights. You know.
Roll me D20, and if in 18, 19, or 20 something like more significant or interesting, like a vassal or like even like a okay.
What's a 1 get me?
With a 1, we're just gonna roll to see who the knight is, kind of random person.
Oh God, my rolls are off to a great start this evening, I think.
You know what we're gonna actually do? Let's make this fun. Let's see if I still have. I think I still have the battle page up, or not battle, the tourney field with all the different groups. Yeah, give me a D8. Hold on. Let me change my mind here real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A D15, I guess, then instead.
D15, you said?
Yeah. And it's weird, but there's 15.
That's a weird polyhedron. I got a 3. Oh, that's a D5. I didn't roll it right. That's a 1. Again.
What's happening?
So this is, oddly enough, like maybe funnily enough, this is one of the guys that fought under Leo's men during the battle, during the tourney. That was his.
Cool.
Like, he was part of Leo's faction that had branched off from the Loyalists when Edrich took hold. That move ended up costing him a spot as one of the household knights following the tourney. So his defection of focusing with the Loyalists would cost him his position in Sarum. Now he's a mercenary. Let's see who this guy is. Sec. Here. I guess, we'll just use Loyalist. Because he was one of the
It didn't go amazingly for them when they left my loving embrace.
His name is Angor.
Sir Angor.
His name is
yeah.
Angor.
Sir
Angor.
Angor.
Angor following the person who, in Angor, murdered a knight.
Right? And we'll see
Technically,
who-
it's manslaughter.
Ooh, he's good
It's
though.
not murder. Oh, he's
These
really
are-
fucking good.
These are things that I like. I'm happy about all of these.
Yeah, this is the guy you offended and is now challenging you to a duel.
Oh fuck! Sir Angor is angry.
Yeah. I think
How
this
could
is
you have seen this coming?
God damn it.
what would the slight have been? What did Virgil do to slight this guy?
I bet you Virgil tried to hire him, like,
Yeah.
with a loyalty Lord 17. I bet Virgil was like, "Come work for me instead," and he took offense to that. That's what I think.
Okay. Maybe even made a call out like that he's already lost the respect of like the Countess and stuff, like something that would have triggered because he got basically kicked out by following Leo. He lost his job, so to speak, right? And then found employment elsewhere, and yeah, I like it. So
Just trying to help, man. I'm just trying to help.
we are doing
Fucker
a duel to the first blood. As your
Huzzah.
knights, there is something commonly occurring where typically the first blood was done with swords prior, but there's starting to be a trend after the tourney where first blood has been done with jousting lances and jousts. So I think as he challenges you to the duel, you get to decide whether it is a joust to first blood or joust on horse is probably the more accurate means there, or a swording to first blood.
He's got a minor advantage at jousting. He's better at horsemanship than I, and I'm only 1 point higher than spear lance, and I'm about 2 points higher than him in sword. So, not great odds, but it's worth a shot. I'd say sword. So let's sword it up.
Okay. All right.
You're making me proud. You
so-
who warned me against dueling.
Now this is done with rebated
You challenged me,
weapons.
man. All right.
Yeah. So when you are ready, I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, he might impassion actually, but I don't think it's. I think it's gonna be with honor, and if he doesn't have it on the sheet, I'm gonna give him a 15 in honor.
Yeah.
Are you impassioning, Liam?
I don't know. I'm scared to impassion.
Well, the
That's
last times you've done it have worked out so well.
So well in your favor.
Here's the thing. So, weather's not a passion. That's not correct. Hate Sir Loof. That guy's dead. That doesn't matter to me anymore.
It might. He's got
Hate
family.
Saxons can't apply. Hate the Picts can't apply. So I can either do love of family, loyalty lord. Loyalty lord can work here. I think I'll try a loyalty lord. Get a little bit of an edge on him.
Okay. Are you
gotta be
Are you
fucking kidding?
Are you?
My God! Jesus Christ!
How do you keep doing this?
What god have you offended?
You know what? You know what
The
I'm
big
doing right
one.
now.
What?
Check the chat. One sec.
Yes, sir. The Twitch chat.
There we go. I'm doing a pity. I'm spending my own points, own channel points to redeem an advantage to give. So
Oh man, are we allowed to spend on ourselves? I have 35,000 points banked
No,
up.
you're not. You're not allowed to spend on anyone in
use
the
it on
same scene as
ourselves.
you. But
I thought so.
I'm calling a pity. I'm spending on you. So go ahead and roll a
Thank
second
you,
time.
for the love of God, Jesus
I
Christ.
swear to God, if you fumble again.
No, it's a success. Hey, I'm glad I didn't roll my honor again though, because then I'd be down to 16 and even more pissed.
Yeah, you know, if I had to play through another madness again, I would have been so
Annoyed.
It wouldn't have been madness. It would just have been melancholy, I believe, on a fumble there.
That's
if it was my 17 passion, it would have been madness.
You would have been madness, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case,
your ass was pulled from the fire. You are lovely, Bob.
Thank you, Bob, for having some fucking mercy. Check mercy. Check merciful. Jesus.
All right. When you are ready, sir, go ahead and give me your sorting.
All right, and that's with a +5 bonus, yeah?
With the +5, yeah.
Ugh, not great. Did I roll another fucking 1? No, I rolled a 5. All right. Well, he crits me.
No, he doesn't crit.
didn't crit.
He already added the +4.
Yeah.
He rolled a 14.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Okay, I see.
He's gonna roll his 5d6, then you're taking half of this against your armor, right?
Wonderful.
And then if the half of it, if half of it under your armor, so there's a possibility that he doesn't do enough damage right now.
No.
Because if half isn't higher than your armor,
Yeah, and
so
I
it's
succeeded, so I got my shield as well.
Yeah, so it's not
16 is the shield. He does 1 damage to me, yeah?
no,
No, because it's
No, it's
halved.
halved.
half.
Oh, it's half. That's right.
8.5,
because it's
Related.
blunted
So you actually-
weapons.
Oh, thank
that
God.
does mean that he has to roll
A
on
crit.
5d6.
Or
Yeah,
a
he
crit.
has to roll a
Yeah.
crit,
Yeah,
or
correct.
the shield can't apply because
Makes
on a
sense,
normal
though.
hit, can't roll higher than 30.
It makes
Pretty
sense,
much.
Yeah.
right? It makes the
It
duel
does.
more
Because
interesting.
you're not trying
right?
to kill the
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
You don't.
Get
Ooh.
fucked!
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
No!
Okay, so his was a natural 20.
This is a higher crit.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what did we said in the case of ties, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Tie crits. It was like they both take a
Deal damage
D3
to both.
shock damage, and
Yeah, they
then
both take
the
a
person with a
D3.
higher number, do they stay at a crit, or do they both go down to normal?
I think it gets knocked down to a normal.
Both get knocked down.
Can we say that we fought to a standstill then?
Right? We'll see.
No,
We both-
not
It
yet.
technically hits.
We both drew blood at the exact same time. How cool was that?
Yeah.
I take 1 damage. Shock
and he
damage.
takes- Okay, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say with that exchange, I want you, Virgil, go ahead and roll me your 5d6.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want me to roll anything?
Yeah. Go ahead. 5d6.
5d6.
Your damage. Okay.
18.
Yep. So, I'm gonna say that like this is actually well fought, and the scenario is that as your swords like clash together, right? Because that's what it is. You both Ooh, yeah. Please give me your dex roll, good sir. You can add +5 to it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
That's a success. I'll take it. I'll take it.
And then let me just see here.
I hope it's not contested, but I'll take it.
No, it's knocked down. So as long as you succeed, you're fine.
You both did 21 damage to each other. So this is very much like a Duel of the Fates kind of thing. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he fell to the ground.
You knock him over. I think that gives you the win.
Hell yeah!
Was he impassioned?
Yes.
He was.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's what is impassioned.
It's
Yeah,
not very dexterous.
bringing Dexy back.
Yeah, bring in Dexy back.
So
Wait, he had a dex of 16.
yeah, no, he had a dex of 11. He had a dex of 10. I mean, with
Did
a
he?
+5. Yeah.
It says on the
no, on
thing
his
you
sheet
rolled,
he has a higher
yeah,
dex.
Oh, did
his
he?
dex
Sorry,
is
Bob.
16.
I appreciate you trying to save me, but he's got a 16
No, I forgot.
dex. He
I
does.
forgot I tracked dex on there. That's good. I didn't see it when I first.
In that
looked.
case, he crits dex.
No, because you get the +5. There's no way you can fail.
Oh,
dex.
that's right. He doesn't crit. Yeah, he
Yeah.
just succeeds. Yeah,
He doesn't.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I forgot about the. Thank God
so
for the +5 in passion for
He
once.
succeeds. You know, I think it's more interesting then. You both stay up. Like there's this big clashing of the swords together. It's pretty intense, but I think there's some building mutual respect now, like as warriors.
Oh yeah.
Um,
This is one
I
of the
think-
most fun fights Virgil's ever had in years. He loves this.
right. I think the best way to deal with this is not to resolve it artificially. Let's keep going until one of you crits and one of you doesn't.
I am here for it. I am here for it. Let's go.
Likewise.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Ah.
damn him.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm assuming he's gonna do it. So we're just gonna roll 9d6. Yeah, it's
Yep.
gonna do it. And
Jesus
divided by
Christ,
2,
man.
20.5.
Even halved. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be over.
So 20
4
minus
points of
16.
damage.
Yeah, you take 4 points of damage.
Hey, I'm back down to 29. That's what I started at before I healed.
Yeah. So you go in with a real expert lunge, and he just manages to catch it with his shield. And as you're coming around back, he crashes his blade into your back. It's enough to send you on your ass because 41 isn't impossible. Like it's a forced knockdown. So it
I think
sends
he's Virgil's actively like face down in the mud.
Yeah.
The fight is over, and he starts to get up, and just like through the mud, he's laughing. Like, oh, thank you.
he'll offer his hand. You take
Virgil
it
will
as
take it.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
considering how mad he was before. This is you've earned some kind of respect for him.
I won't do you the disservice of making the offer again. But should you be in need of further employment, I'd be happy to fight by your side anytime.
I believe we will fight together one day, Sir Virgil. As Salisbury, against the Saxons. And I look forward.
Of course. Of course. Someday, I'll get you like you got me. That's a promise.
It was certainly so close. I don't even think he's going to refute that. He's just going to give you a nod. He says, I look forward to the challenge. All right. I think despite the thing, I think he's someone that you could consider oddly in Virgil's social circles now. If you want to.
Hell yeah.
I think he would. I think he'd respect you like a competitor would. Is kind of how that played out. So
Hell
turning a fumble
yes.
into something more fun. Look at that.
Thank God.
Whenever you
Virgil
look
is
at your
so
players'
angry
shitty
that he
rolls,
powers through it.
and you're like, "What can I do better as a GM?" Those are options, guys. Never lose track of that as a GM. You don't have to turn the rolls into making them Looney Tunes, unless that's what your group's into. Okay.
But was really funny.
It's good to imagine as a Looney Tunes scenario, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us into the summer. So you guys are now well aware of what's going on.
Virgil,
you do have a force of thugs. These thugs are
Hell yes.
probably a little less honor bound than I think that's That's the failing. They're
True
more
knights,
thug than
buddy.
they
That's
are-
what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would it, because I got so bad, would it be funnier that they're all really honorable?
Right.
I
thought
wanted a
about
gang
that.
of ruffians and I got a
Yeah.
gang of saints.
That
God
would
damn
be-
it, they won't do what I want.
That would be
Well,
amazing.
let's
I think.
beat these people up, and they're like, "No, that's wrong."
You come into like a seedy tavern to meet with these people, and they're all just drinking out of tea out of china cups, going, "The very idea that we would be asked to do something so uncouth."
I think the
Brilliant.
goal was a bunch of loyal men. I think it's the loyal part that's missing. So
Excellent. That's fine. That's
we have
fine
now
with me.
empowered
I
some
can control
thugs.
pack of dogs.
yeah.
It's
Hell
just a
yeah.
few good men.
Also, I do have plenty of money, and I am willing to hire any of them on as household knights or castle knights as well. Should it
Okay.
should it so desire.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to do so. Yep. Every night
Huzzah!
you hire is so if you're just hiring them as part of the garrison money, you don't even really need to track that too much. They're just part of your garrison. If you're hiring them on for Durnford, they're 1 labor month a year.
Perfect. I can do that. I will get. Hang on. Let me double check some. Sorry if I'm holding it up.
No.
I will get 10 of them.
Okay.
Durnford now has 10 household knights.
They come in and they say, "You're peasants, unusually well armed. I don't know how I feel about that. Being a well-armed peasant myself, I know what they can do."
I'm not keeping up their training, man. They're whatever. They're slowly hating me, and I'm not paying attention to that shit, man.
You might not be giving up their training, but they are.
Okay.
That's the trouble with militias.
Yeah,
They keep militiaing.
Weird.
they don't stop
you stop
militiating
paying
when you
them.
tell them to.
They never stop. Okay, so next point. It did have one. It was good. And I've forgotten it, which is really, really a shame.
Sorry.
No, it's good. Just in the last couple of minutes here, I'm like complete brain fog. You know what I'm gonna do then instead? We're gonna go to break. I'm gonna say goodnight to my kids, and then I'll be back, and we can continue on.
Absolutely.
Next thing, I'm sure I'll
Alright,
remember
cool.
by then. See you guys. Take a 5-minute. We'll see you soon.
Well, 8 if you count the illegitimate twins.
All right, we're
One
back.
son, one
And we-
daughter. Oops, sorry about that.
We have Thomas doing weird stuff. So,
I'm
okay.
normal. How are you?
Okay, so we're gonna start with some family stuff because we haven't really delved into some of this in a while, and we're just gonna make sure that we're gonna do this in interesting ways. We'll go left to right. So we're gonna start with Winterbourne. So Edrich, you have Alaric is your only son, correct?
Yes. Actually, no. Alaric died in 498. I now have Harold, who was born in 499.
Okay, let me just...
He is a wee little baby man.
498, your son passed. You have Helen as well
Yeah.
as your daughter.
Chat. Yeah, he died. Helen was born 494, so she is now 6.
And how old's your son, your new son? What was his name again?
1. Harold.
Harold. Okay. 499 then?
Yep, he was born 499.
Okay, good time.
Can't believe you named your son Harold.
It's a strong name.
That was his father's name. Edric's
Yeah.
father's.
Hmm.
And Alaric was your grandfather's name, wasn't
Indeed so.
it? All right.
And much like my grandfather, he also died.
He died. He's also dead.
Okay. We're gonna go over to Florence. Florence, you have Edward, then Lucius, and 2 daughters with Pomponia.
Yeah.
Do we ever name the daughters? If not, I'm gonna randomly name.
We
them.
did. I've told you the name several times, Bob.
Okay. Let me just make sure I edit the family echo. What are their names? Oldest one.
One is God damn it. I've written it down several times. Where's the family echo? Look for
It's not in the family echo. That's
Laura.
the problem.
I know. Florence's paternal grandmother.
So Morganor's mom, Regina,
Yeah, Regina. That was it.
is your oldest. Okay.
Yeah, was the oldest.
And then what's the second? Do you know?
I don't remember. It's been too long.
Okay.
Let's generate that one. Actually,
I'll go with another name on here if you want. Could be Rian. Could be Tulia. Could be.
you know what? Let's name her Pomponia after her mother.
Pomponia. Okay, that was actually
Aw.
gonna be one. That's where mine was going to.
Mm.
All right. Now I saved, and that is now recorded for all time. Strangely enough, with Edward, Edward has been. Did you have intention of sending him on as squire and getting him into that state?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. So, funny enough, this is going to be an amusing thing. We'll get to it in a second. This parking lot that remind me to come up or to explain something to you in a bit. We're going to go over to Durnford. So for Durnford,
Hi, I'm Durnford.
this is a lot. We've got Jaren de Durnford, Perseus de Durnford. We got Doof.
Hmm?
Doof is
My favorite.
7. Yeah.
Favorite child, Doof.
The favorite child.
All right.
The heir. Doof.
Doof is not the heir. That's Jaren.
Gotta kill a couple of kids.
All right. I still have not lost a kid. Just saying. I've lost a wife, but no kids.
Isn't that nice?
It's really nice. It's quite nice, actually. Yeah, I'm
Isn't that
enjoying it.
great for you?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, Perin has 6 kids, and Virgil's got, I think, 3 now. So,
Things are going well. Is what you're getting at.
yeah, son Cato, or son Cato, and then Virgil has son Kay, and then also has a daughter somewhere, I think.
Soon, please. All right. Let's see. So we're gonna start with matters of your squires, actually, first and foremost. Virgil. We'll start. We're gonna go right to left this time. Virgil, please roll me 3d100. I need them as like separate 100s. Yeah.
37, 76, and 27.
37. Hunt. 76.
Ignore that.
Rival. Okay, this is getting interesting. And 1. Hideout. Okay. Your squire, aka Edric's half brother, Sir Hayden de Christensen.
Princeton, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Christian son.
Yep. I would literally say his father's name was Christian, except for his I name, so that's a little awkward. He is due to be knighted this year, but it was passed up in Easter. First thing I'm gonna get you to do is I'm gonna get you to roll 4 things for me. Mm-hmm. First aid, sword, lance or spear, and sword, lance or spear, and horsemanship.
Okay.
This is determining. Oh yeah, he's for sure gonna be knighted this year.
Hell yes. And then first aid, and these are me testing these. Yes.
Yeah.
He passes on all of them.
Flawless plus critical. So that's
flawless.
Hayden is Sir Hayden is, or Hayden rather, is due to be knighted, and he is like rather impressive.
Huzzah! Can I hire him?
He's kind of one of the up and coming.
You make good knights.
Thank you.
I think you go
Oh, so do we.
to hire him, and you find out that he has you're not able to find him. You know, it's like one of those little breaks where he wouldn't be attending to you, and you find out that he's had like a feud with another squire for some time. The squire was 1 year older than him.
He's going for it right away then, huh?
Right.
Well, he really has learned from Virgil.
Yeah.
And he's got the blood of de Winterbourne Stoke.
The other guy challenged me to a knife fight, a sword fight. Look,
They
I'd
always
say
challenge
Virgil-
me.
Please test Virgil's just versus arbitrary.
Okay, if you insist.
Okay.
That's a success on arbitrary.
You went to sleep like the night before. You remember him asking you some hypothetical question about what you would do with a scenario where, where there was someone who had created problems and was likely to create more problems, and you
gotta go all out.
Okay, perfect.
You gotta go all out on that. You can't let them walk all over you.
Yeah. You wake up the next day, and this is up in Devices area. You wake up the next day and you find out he's missing. Do you want to track him or leave him be?
Well, look, Salisbury's got a knight shortage, and we need him alive. And also, he's got to go all out, you know? He's got to go all out. Got to do what he wants. I don't know. What do you think would be the honorable thing in this situation? Let me ask you, and I can reflavor it through Virgil's.
Yeah, he's technically under
perspective.
your charge, so it could be like more of a duty or a responsibility, even if he's
In that
fucked
case,
up. Yeah.
in that case, I think Virgil will go with him, not to stop him, but to supervise him.
Okay. So you're gonna
Gotta make sure
try
he comes back alive.
try
Yeah.
and track him down. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
I hope it's not a
Um,
hunting roll.
It actually probably would be. I'll give you a +5 if you're bringing out the dogs. Advises
I
bring
will.
out dogs.
I will, and also I'm going to test my honor, passion.
Very good.
Traumatized. Okay, so that's a +10 total then.
Yeah.
I succeed.
Okay, so let me make sure I got you guys on the right map. This will make a lot more sense. Yeah, you're on Salisbury map, right?
Mhm.
Wait, I just hear my computer's losing shit right now. Getting loud. Let's see.
Buzz,
Is this in
buzz.
Blakemore or Crockwood? Crockwood. So you end up tracking him down to the southeast and into the forest. It's really good you didn't get lost in the forest. If you guys have noticed, it's a really bad thing during Anarchy. And well, it could have gotten a lot worse if he ended up in Alabaster's lands. So you end up going through the woods. The dogs start going nuts, and you hear the sound of metal on metal ahead.
Oh. Great. I'll get there a little bit faster, I think.
Let's see how it's going. So I want you to roll his squire age of 21.
$12 out of 20.
Okay.
It's going good.
Yep. You ride in to see him with a younger knight, like a freshly knighted knight. Let's do you're impassioned still, so give me a recognize +5 or heraldry +5. Whatever you like.
Or heraldry. What's my heraldry? Is that better? Yes, it is. Yeah, I got no fucking clue who this guy is.
Yeah, don't care. It looks
Do
like
not
the
care.
two are in a duel, and given the nicks and cuts, it doesn't look like this is a first blood type of scenario.
Oh.
You haven't ridden in so far that they've like turned to notice you. They're deep in fight. Do you want to let this continue?
I think he's gonna call for a halt. Like, he's not gonna be like a stop this right now, but more of a like, hold on, let's stop for a second here. He'll kind of ride up next to the thing and see if they stop. At least if they take a breather.
Did you come solo with your hounds and those, or do you have like knightly retinue with you?
Probably easier to track alone, yeah?
Track with like you might have tracking staff with you, like your
Yeah, I think just the minimum
standard
personnel.
entourage. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What exactly is going on here?
You know, I'm gonna need Liam. I'm gonna need 2d100 again. Let's figure out what this rivalry is about.
39 and a 97.
Destroy. Well.
Dog.
Farmland or crops burning? Or
Yeah.
how does one
this is
destroy wealth?
this is
Yeah.
this is cattle. Hayden says, Do you recall he's from Steeple Langford, which is Einian's old place, not far from Winterbourne Stoke, and their say their rival is from Stapleford, which is a nearby place. Now, Steeple Langford has had the glorious wonder of having no or limited knights. Like, they have one hired knight. That's all they can afford. They have no knights of age. And so there was significant cattle raiding from Stapleford this year. This seems to be well sort of timed, because Hayden's not yet a knight. He's not technically, he shouldn't be able to enact any sort of justice in return this year. And so Hayden will tell you that. He'll be like, this one and his father have been taken from our lands and robbing us, raiding us.
How unjust of them. And you refute this claim?
He says to the other guy.
He says, of course, my lord.
What's your manor again?
Stapleford.
Stapleford. Curious.
Let me double check something real fast. Hold on. Oh, that's Perin's sheet. That's why it's not. Hang on. No,
Don't
D
you have
Woodford.
De Woodford.
D Woodford, which is right across the way from Stapleford.
And you two boys are willing to die over this?
Let's give this guy a name, because we don't have a name for him yet. Colwyn says, of course not. This is nonsense. We have wars to fight. But Hayden says, it's a matter of honor.
Yes, it is. I know exactly what you mean.
And I think Virgil will get off of his horse, kind of sink down in the mud a little bit and step over, and he goes,
All right, then, Hayden. I'll make you a deal. If you'll consent to be executed, I'll make sure that they see justice.
This is a Colwyn, not Hayden.
no, this is to Hayden.
Okay, so if he'll consent to be executed. Okay, I will do this.
Just so you know, Virgil is making a point. He's not actually going to follow through with this, but
No,
he needs
I just
Hayden
want to
to
know how
do
he
well.
would respond, and so I'm going to test two things versus each other. I have a general sense
Calling
of
a King Solomon.
Yeah.
So I tested Pride versus Love Family. Giving him a base Love Family, he would have actually crit on Love Family. So his Pride, he succeeded. His Love Family, he critted. And he says, as much as I would love to run him through here, if it's an execution, I would be only leaving my family without the means to defend themselves for a whole nother generation. So no.
So, there's more at stake than your life.
Indeed. He's he's thinking about that now. You can tell that he's recognizing that.
D. Woodford has been, for the last several years, taking land from me. They've been pushing forward and making claims. And I'll have my retribution, but I will be patient about it. This boy here, are you knighted yet?
Yes, sir. Last year, sir.
And you intend to serve Salisbury then?
I do.
Then here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be watching your family very closely, Colwyn, Sir Colwyn. The rules of the oath mean that no blow you take shall ever go unanswered, and I will hold to that. Hayden will answer for his blows, but blows given to him and his family will be answered in turn, and I promise you, I will see that through. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Our eyes turn outward. Walk with me a moment, Hayden, and Sir Colwyn, clean yourself up and go home. Speak to no one about this. Do you understand?
He looks confused and he says, "And if my sire of West Lavington should ask?"
Tell them the truth, that you're a boy and you got into a scrap. It happens, he'll believe it.
He nods. There's a look. You know that vengeful look you see in your own eyes sometimes, between like Colwyn and Hayden, and then Colwyn hops on his horse and rides off.
Virgil walks a little bit with Hayden. He goes,
He'll be back. You've started something that you can't undo now. I hope you're aware of that.
I'm not afraid.
No, you aren't, are you? When I took the oath, I had a few years where I didn't do very much. I was sent with Prince Madoc, stop Saxons, but it was years before I actually had to kill. It's not something that should be done lightly. I know you've been wronged, and you will get your justice. I'll see to it myself. Because now, your justice and his look the same. But you need to decide where your priorities lie before you act. What matters to you, really? And what kind of knight do you want to be?
Known that for a long time, Sir Virgil. My family used to talk about. They say my father died in a hunting accident. I get a sense as I get older that that's not the whole truth of things.
Probably not. A great deal of the courts and the knights, they lie. They tell convenient stories and half-truths. That's why it's important for you to make your own judgments on things. My brother, Perin, most believe him to be dead, but I have never seen his body. His armor came back to me empty, but no one talks about it. No one says anything. There's no whispered accusations or rumored stories. Do you know why that is?
He shakes his head.
It doesn't serve them. Sometimes we have to let go of things that do not serve us. Deciding what that honor means to you, that'll be important. The blood, it doesn't matter as much as they say it does. The measure of a man is in how he chooses to act, how he chooses to fight, how he chooses to die, and most importantly, think about how you want to kill, Hayden.
I thought we almost lost you there for a second. I think you froze for a sec. Did everyone else get that?
No,
Did I lose audio for a little bit too?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
It might be on
I
Bob's
noticed
end.
a brief, I noticed a brief blip, but nothing notable.
Okay. There was a point where it's like, but mostly, and it was like frozen for a sec, but I could still see Thomas and Mark moving. So I don't know.
That's dramatic effect.
Yeah. But
Um,
mostly, it's important how you kill. Never let that go. Never stop changing, deciding what that means to you. Now, if I were you, I would figure out something that you and Stapleford could agree upon. Find some common ground and make peace. If not, then we're going to be down another night when we could have two. And I think you understand what's at stake and why we need everybody we can. Deal with it if you have to, but do not let it end in death unless it absolutely is necessary. Do you understand?
I do.
Good.
Curious
And he starts to get
question
back on.
for you.
Oh,
Like as
Yep.
he'll get on his horse too. Curious question
Mhm.
for you, Sire.
Hmm.
How do you feel about your brother's family, his wife?
I think that she's afraid of me. That she's always been unsettled by the way I am. And the moment that Perin couldn't protect her, she fled and took things that should be rightfully under my protection. That betrayal stings, and I will not forget it. But I also forgive her for it. I'm not normal, and I do not blame her for being afraid of me. Though I wish it was different, and I don't agree with her decision to leave. I would have shown her in time that I could be trusted, and even if I didn't, it wasn't her place.
Then that which she has stolen, you've relinquished unto her?
No. I continue to push for Bredwick St. James to be returned under me, but by all rights, that manor does belong to my brother's son. And I will keep it for my nephew. Whether she runs it or I matters very little. It should be under my protection, but I am not going to risk harming her for it.
He nods.
Why?
And do you ask? You guys said why? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh, nothing. I'm just pondering.
Well, if in the future you don't want others to wonder why, ponder quietly. And Hayden, I'm proud of you.
That means much to me, my sire.
Can't imagine why. I'll be seeing you.
And he rides off.
Awesome.
See? I can be reasonable. Rhodri,
you did
I'm looking
great.
at you, you fucker.
Rhodri didn't see shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn it!
All I heard was that your squire went to engage in a blood feud with a neighbor.
That is something Rhodri would say.
But no, it was lovely.
Awesome.
was what we're saying.
All right, let's go to
Grass is
Rhodri.
grass. Your days are numbered.
let us go to Rhodri next. I need 3D100.
Okay. Ooh. Wait, that was 3D100, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was 1D300.
No, sir.
Here we go. 6, 17, and 8.
Okay,
Jesus.
so your squire is still of squiring age. He is not to be knighted this year. He's to be knighted next. His name is Tremeric. Or Tremeric,
right.
if you remember that. Or Turmeric, as you called him. So.
Wait, was that Rhodri's? Or
Oh, that's a good point.
I think that's
Rhodri,
Florence's.
We've never focused in on Rhodri's. Let's see.
Yeah, we don't know who Rhodri is.
Let's see who it is. Alien. He hates a location. 20. That's fine. Let's see current setting. Oh, current settings.
Oh, interesting.
So that's Salisbury.
This guy hates so much.
Yeah.
The question is, what does he hate?
Right. There's only so many things he can hate too.
It could be anything from Silchester to Wessex. Probably anything we share a border with.
With 16 dagger, 19 prudent, 15 suspicious, and 20 hate locations, this guy
he's
is a
definitely
terrorist. This guy is a
he's-
terrorist.
He's definitely Rhodri's fucking squire.
Yeah.
Why am
yeah,
I the
definitely.
most normal knight?
He was present in Hantone. He was squired in Hantone and returned to Sarum. Fortunately, the year that Hantone became Wessex, so
Right.
he carries with him a fair chunk of hate and guilt about not being present to defend Hantone against Wessex. Himself is he's even though he's Sir Eliad, he has like a Roman background. Thus the high dagger. Okay.
That works.
And then what were the rolls? 6, 17. Also roll a d6. Rhodri's not always on the same cycle as the others are.
Yeah.
Roll a d6.
D6. 6.
He's 21 this year too, so he's due to be
Okay.
probably squired at Christmas Court. They didn't knight him this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we even dive into his action, I need those 4 rolls from you. I need sword and spear, horsemanship, and first aid. Let's see if
Right.
Rhodri managed to convert this guy into a knight or if he's going to be an esquire.
Sword. Spear. Wait, I can use lance instead, right?
Yep. The higher of the
Alright.
two. They should be the same. They have Kimric spear. Actually,
Oh, no, I didn't change them.
Yeah.
Because that would be a 13 then. Unless you want me to roll again.
roll again against the
Okay.
the 13.
Alright,
Okay.
success.
Okay.
And then first aid.
Yep. Okay.
Failure. And
Horsemanship.
horsemanship.
Yeah.
Success.
All right.
3
so
out of 4.
he's met the requirements to become one. Now we'll finally address your thing. Sorry for the random aside there,
problem.
but I think it was important. And you should probably add him to your squire on Rhodri's sheet.
Yes, I have added him.
Okay. So 6, 7, and 18. So 6, swear. 18, direction. And what was the last one? 6, 7. Oh, 17. So swear 17 is renown.
8.
wall.
Is he going to build a wall to protect against Wessex?
And he's going to make Wessex pay for it.
I love it. I love it. I'm trying to think. So we could take this a couple different ways. Yeah, he does hate Wessex. True. Yeah, I think his goal is to create for like he wants to become a Knight of Duplain.
Right.
He has goals to become a Castellan one day.
Yeah.
And he seems very obsessed with this notion.
I think ultimately Rhodri's words to him are ambition tempered by acknowledgement of circumstances. Ambition is good, but it must be tempered by prudence, which is probably why he has a high prudence.
I like it. Let's get you to test prudence
All right.
and temperance.
Prudent, I'll just fail. And temperance.
He's already famous in it. so-
Success.
Okay. I think your fail on temperance is just him. He already
Success.
could. You failed prudent though, right?
Yeah, failed. But
Yeah. So I think your failure on prudence is like he doesn't take your advice because he knows he's highly prudent. That part of that
Yeah.
advice is like, it's like someone trying to teach, an expert in something. So he doesn't temper that part of it. But when you kind of get to the idea of waiting for the right moment, it seems to sync with him, and he tells you he hopes to sign up in Duplain.
And Rhodri says that he will do what he can to assist him in this. That's a sign. Rhodri knows the dude who's the Castellan of Duplain.
Who is the Castellan? Is that Colin's character?
I think
I
it was.
think-
I remember.
It was
Didn't-
either that or it was his friend.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
it was the friend.
because
Colin's character might have gotten a different one. I think it was.
I remember part of the deal was that Duplain would go to one of the
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bourne conspiracies.
I went to Irwin, not to Gareth.
Erwin, yeah.
Yeah.
Garrett got a different one, I think.
Gareth got something on the deal. I'll go look it up because I can add those things to the map in the future. Okay,
I think it was
cool.
the Broughton.
Broughton. Maybe.
Broughton. I think it was
Um,
Broughton.
Okay, so we'll continue on. We go to Edrich. Now, Edrich, your squire is Goranwi.
That's right. I believe he's either 17 or 18 this
Nope.
year.
He is
No.
20.
Oh,
494.
they grew up so fast.
You got
20.
496. So hold on. 496. Plus.
You look away one moment and then, whoop, up like a sprout.
You were closer than I was, so I had it slightly wrong. I guess technically Hayden would be. He's 1 year older, so Hayden is 20 going on 21. So he'll be knighted next year. That makes more sense. And Granwy is 2 years away from that.
Gotcha. So 19.
Yeah. So, Granwy, I now need your 3D100. Let's see what's going on here.
Absolutely. 27, 92, and 92.
Abandon.
Oh.
Better not.
Loss.
Oh.
And
The meme?
loss again. This guy's gonna have the weirdest and most depressing
Oh.
time.
Okay. Do we have Do we say where it was from? Chixgrove.
I
Would
don't.
have been from a while ago.
Chixgrove.
Should I re-roll one of the D100s, or is it fine to just have loss?
It was abandoned. Abandoned. What was it again?
Lost.
27.
Abandon all hope, ye who
Yeah,
enter.
it was 27, 92, and 92 again.
Yeah. So,
So I was
abandoned
wondering
loss.
if there
yeah,
was
abandoned loss
redundancy.
is fine.
Yeah.
And then, do you guys see Chixgrove on this map? Would be awesome. My idea for this.
Where would it be generally?
It'd be one of the.
Is it
little,
in Salisbury?
Yes. Chixgrove is one of the little manors.
Through.
It's okay if we can't find it.
It'd be north-ish? No? Devices, that's
I
mine.
don't see it anywhere.
I don't either.
Do plain.
Let me actually check.
Chalk. Eat chalk.
Shouldering.
Chixgrove is east of Tisbury.
Oh, east. We just dealt with
Tisbury.
Tisbury.
Now I just
Where
gotta
is
find Tisbury.
Oh, Tisbury's down here.
Yeah,
Oh, there it
Tisbury's
is.
way down. So it's between like Dinton and yeah.
So it's like there. Like there. One of those
Yeah,
places.
I
Okay.
think so. I think
That
so.
is perfect.
There's also
Um,
chalk. I don't know if that's right.
Chalk. I eat chalk.
So
Ew.
you find out, Edrich, that some mountain men came down to his lands in Chixgrove. They slaughtered his parents and burned the manor. And he
Okay,
doesn't
that's
know
very
yet.
bad.
You got the news. He hasn't yet. So you're getting the news because you're the marshal.
It's my duty, both as marshal and indeed as his sire, to inform him. This is going to go badly.
And with that, he got hate mountain men on his character sheet.
Yeah. I think Edrich will, rather than summoning his squire, Edrich will go and seek him out.
Okay. Yeah, he would be relatively like. This is probably in your castle or where you're castling, right?
Yeah, which
Caesar.
is Vagon,
Big on, yeah.
I think.
Which is not terribly
Yeah.
far away.
Indeed.
All right, so he shows up. Is sire?
Ground. I bring unfortunate tidings. You may wish to sit down.
Is it Wessex? Are they attacking?
It is not Wessex, no. It concerns your family.
He sits down. Are one of my parents ill?
I am afraid it is worse than that. I just received a report that a few days ago, bandits, raiders, men from the mountains, they came to Chixgrove. Your parents are dead. I cannot confirm these claims, but I have no reason to disbelieve them. And the holdings burned badly. I am sorry for your loss.
Did you have any record of Reckless on his sheet?
Uh-oh.
Let me see. Let me take a look in Entourage. No record.
Okay. So if it's a 18, 19, or 20, it's something significant. It's not. We'll give him 11. You see him. You are quite the aware person. You have heightened trait. You see him start to. You can tell just before he does so, he's about to bound up and dismiss himself and run off. To probably hasn't figured out what he's really going to do, but he's going to do something about this.
Sit and stay. You will listen to what I have to say.
He stops himself.
When you are knighted, and God willing you will be, part of the ritual is to be struck. It will be the last blow that will go unanswered for. But I will tell you this. This blow will not go unanswered. Your family were men and women of Salisbury. They were good men and women who raised a good son. They will have justice, and those who took them from you will die. But you cannot do so alone, and you will not.
Is this your
You
orders?
are my squire. If orders must be given, then yes. You are my squire, and I will not have you die against a numerically superior foe, when instead, you could be the victor.
Okay. Test. I want you to test two things for me.
Mhm.
I want you to test prudence.
Success on
And
prudent.
test battle. By the way, guys, in these scenes, anything you do pass, you can take
Success on battle.
for those previous rolls you guys did. Okay. He sees the logic, and I think he thanks you for that, Edrich.
I am sorry for your loss, and you do not need to attend to me for the next few days. Take the time that you need, but do not leave Vagon, for I know well the call of hot blood.
And I think he doesn't say much. He gets up.
Yeah, Edrich dismisses him, or
Yeah,
I guess he came to see him. So
Yeah, he is probably going to go weep, to be honest, but he's not going to do that in front of you.
yeah, no, that's fully fair. Fully fair. Edrich might ask his wife how to sort that out, because he doesn't know.
Yeah. Okay. So that brings us out of the Squire stuff pretty successfully and interesting. Always adds a little bit of flavor. I do like doing those every once in a while. At least like one time per Squire rotation makes good sense. Okay. It is 9:57. So
I kind of want to kill some mountain men.
right. You're gonna save that for
I bet you do, buddy.
a future year when he's knighted, though. I take it.
Honestly, I mean, it'd be a good feather in his cap before he's knighted, but he does probably need the skills.
I was going more off like what you were saying versus like having to be a particular.
What I was saying was essentially, in the future, you would be expected to answer these blows. However, now's no exception. When When you go, you will be going with knights at your back, and you're not going to be going up alone with less equipment than you could otherwise have. Basically,
Also-
promising help.
But you
Yeah.
said knighted, though, right? You would be knighted
When you
first.
are knighted, and
Yeah.
God willing, you will be.
Yeah.
That was more a reference to the ritual than it was to you must be knighted before this happens. But it's 1 year away, so it's fine.
Okay.
Because it'll happen next year, or like at this Christmas, right?
No. He is 19.
Next.
So
Got
21 is the year.
Oh yes, 2 years.
Yeah.
That'd be 2 years. You could always push for him to be knighted early.
How good is he? How ready is he?
You test your rolls.
He's
I'm-
a 19 on the roll.
Yeah. Test your rolls. I'm
That's
gonna
how
say
ready he is.
I was gonna say -1 to all your rolls, though.
Oh, got you. That still would have been a critical.
Yep.
Hey.
Well,
Well. Still, that seems like enough.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd
put it
say
in the
with
list.
1 crit, 1 success, and 2 fails, it's close, but I
yeah.
probably
He could
Yeah.
bake another year, for sure. But you could push. What you would be doing is setting a precedent for others.
yeah, probably. I think another year would probably be.
Do you
fine
want to
at
make
the
the
very
call, or
least.
do you want to test a couple things to see if whether Edrich could do this?
Let's test a couple of things. I'm leaning towards having him wait and grow in skill, but also I want to see, because Edrich loves family, and he completely understands.
Yeah.
Um,
Why don't you test love family versus Jess.
Ooh. Pretty hefty failure.
And the Jess is more on the sense of like we're really testing against arbitrary there to see whether you're willing to pull strings to get this guy knighted. So he will be knighted at age 19. Which is
Is he? Here's the thing, because my concern was how good is he? Is he good enough with 1 crit, 1 success, and 2 failures?
he would be knighted at that. You're confident he would be knighted when he's of age. Yeah. Like if he were 21 this year, he would meet the cuff. Is he great? No, not at this point.
I really want him to be great. That's pride coming in.
Okay. Let's do this differently. You already tested your love family. Test pride. Love family
Oh.
versus pride then.
Hefty failure on proud. Yep, I think straight up, Edrich is going to go. Your house is now manorless. Or rather, your lands are now manorless.
Yeah.
They have no other heirs. You are the heir. This is going to have to go really quickly, and we're going to kill some mountain men.
Okay.
He's Hurigan, he's Burigan, he's doing it all, man.
Are you organizing? Are you really fast tracking him, or is this like a next year there will be raids into the mountains, or like
Next year there will be raids into the mountains.
Yeah.
Like,
and you'll have him knighted in the spring alongside the other knights.
yeah.
Okay. Done deal. All right, let's
Perfect.
we'll give you guys an additional 10 glory each for that too.
Ooh.
Right.
Rhodri
and then
crosses the 100 mark.
let me set up the Christmas feast. That's what we're going to be skipping to. Anything drastic that we didn't get done there, guys? That you wanted done?
I got all my stuff. I got
what
my
about
gang.
Edward? Said to remind you about Edward, Florence's adopted son.
Oh yeah. So, he is age 19 right now. Born in 481. So, because it's been that long since you guys have been over in Franklin.
It's been a while.
He was a kid. Like he was. So he we'll deal with that though, because we were off on Hayden. Hayden isn't to be knighted until next year as well.
Okay, never mind then.
So next year, I believe he's going to be Virgil's squire.
Yeah.
Just for this short amount of time. Okay, let's see. Just setting up the feast screen, and then we'll dive in. Let's see.
We've got Rhodri's terrorist squire. We've
Yeah.
got Virgil's angry squire. And we've got Bai's sad squire. Together, they are a power trio.
Let me just see. All right,
Basically,
I'm gonna
just the Redux, honestly.
Just the mighty ducks.
moving us to be right back. We'll another short 5-minute break, and then we'll dive in for our last scene of the year, and then we're gonna
Alright.
wrap it.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
The microwave. All right, we're back.
Microwave.
Let's entertain ourselves with a feast.
Hell yes.
So let's start with. Oh, Virgil's. Did we forget about Virgil's wedding?
No, it happened. He
No,
chokeslammed
we got
me.
yeah.
He choke
Yeah,
slammed.
remember?
Yeah. So
How could you forget, Bob?
Well,
there was
'cause
there was a whole soap opera level drama issue to resolve that
That's
episode
right.
because of it.
it's so
Welcome.
Lady
Can I get
Lillo's
my
still with the
napkin?
wrong shield. I'm gonna update her art a little bit.
Oh.
Came out a little too saucy. I thought it was relatively interesting, but I like the edge. We need to change it a little
Saucy? Wait, I want to see it.
That's
Where's the saucy art?
This one?
bit. Just a little too dull-friended. Need to carve it back.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I dig it actually.
Yeah.
I like it. I think I think she looks nice. She's not
I
super
want her
high
to be a
appearance
little
anyway, and
Lundgren, but not that Lundgren. You know what I mean?
it works for me. It works
Okay,
for me. Go.
okay.
Malcolm.
Okay, so let's start with some app rolls, fellas.
I'll be bringing the breadsticks.
Is that your
Critical
badass
appearance.
My God, you didn't even need your reroll.
Hold on, let me see what it would have been. Yeah, I'm glad I.
Why did you succeed in the first one?
Yeah.
Appearance. Success for the first time.
Hell yes. This is great.
Okay.
The beautiful people. The beautiful people.
Let's see if there are any famous guests on this Christmas court.
It's all relative to the size of their steeple.
There is rumors at this point that things are going pretty bad in Caircolin, the recently liberated Caircolin, and that the Angli people are being rather successful in their conquering of recently liberated place.
Do we have a blood feud with the Angles as well as the Saxons, or is this
They're
just
all
something?
Saxons to us. They're all the
Yeah.
same shit.
Yep, it's true. But yeah, no special guests for this one. There are a couple new faces. We'll go through that. We'll start with those near the salt. You can give me a heraldry test +5. So Liam and Mark.
I love being near the salt with a heraldry test +5.
I love heraldry chess.
That's a success, boyo.
Oh yeah.
That's a success.
You both recognize someone who you haven't really seen at Sarum yet, since he's been knighted. I can't remember whose he was, but Sir Hywel, the young lad. This is who he was prior down here. This kid.
Oh, I remember that twerp.
Yeah, I don't remember whose he was, but he's now here and a knight running around the court.
I don't know if he was mine. I don't think so. My last one was Derwin.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember
don't
who
think
I
it was
had.
mine either.
He was probably Liam's. And then
Probably.
Edrich, we will give you just a flat heraldry roll. Sure.
Big fumble. Huge.
Okay.
Got no fucking idea.
And then
The House of York? That shouldn't exist yet.
you're the reason why it exists now.
Oh, the House of York's the Saxons.
Sorry, let me check something here, gang. Okay.
I have to say, whenever Bob says gang, I have suddenly a quote pops into my mind. It's, "Let's split up, gang."
look for clues.
Up and look for clues, gang.
Weird. Okay. That's okay though. Okay, there we go. Alright.
I wonder how Edith's doing.
Good question. You know? No.
Do you know where your children are?
Do you remember where he was last?
I do not. Oh, yes, I do. He was attacked by woodland creatures, wasn't he? While staying in one of the manors close to the border of Summerland, and he was grievously injured and then tended by my mother. I think.
I believe that was Edward's brother.
Oh yes, probably.
What's his name? Mark? Edward's brother. The other bastard.
Oh, Cadfile.
Catfile.
Yes, Cadfile, not Edith. In that case, I can't remember where Edith was last.
This is probably dead.
All good.
Hey.
No, he's probably fine. Actually, then again, knowing the age of Anarchy, he's probably dead.
Yeah. He was Goratrix's squire. He learned well. He's probably he's either dead or a king.
One or
Okay.
two. There's no in between.
It's true. No, he's been hanging out in Rhodri's manor these days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that was assigned to Woodstock, I believe it was, which was the old wood castle that Madoc used to run secretly until it was overrun by.
That's what
That's
I was
right.
thinking of Cadfile.
Yeah. Okay, so we will start with Edrich at the top here.
Simply put, at the top of the round, there's not too much that he can notice that's very interesting going on. So, and since he cannot draw cards, he would like to speak to Lady Ellen.
Okay. Lady Ellen it is.
Essentially, what I want to do here is get a feel for the get a pulse on the politics at the moment, especially concerning the wars, and also slide in a reference of also, is it okay if I jump up my squire's knighting?
So you're gonna try to get her permission?
Yes.
I think in this case, just to stick with the rounds, you can do one thing this round. What is your intention this round?
Get a feel for the politics, I think. Because as Marshal, I can knight people. It's my thing.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go over her head. This one's just more important.
Okay.
Hello.
Sorry, did I interrupt the scene?
No,
No,
we're
it's
just
all
getting into the
good.
rounds with
Okay.
Edrich here.
But yes, Edrich will swoop up.
Okay.
Countess Ellen.
Sir Edrich, how are you?
I am well, thank you. I trust the same is true of you.
Well enough. Indeed.
Perhaps that is as best as can be expected. But while our health is fair, that of the nations does suffer. I realize much of our conversations does hinge on business, but we live in a troubled country. Have you heard
We-
much from the other... sorry, you go.
We do indeed.
Have you heard much from the other counties and duchies regarding the wars that flame upon their border? I realize we are surrounded on many fronts, but it seems now the Saxons war with each other, even as Wessex bolsters their border with us.
I will accept the diplomacy.
Absolutely. My diplomacy is not terrible at 10. For a knight, that's downright saintly. Success.
There you go. You can take it.
Thank you.
He says, I wasn't really in the feasting mood anyways. It seems that, well, just be happy that it will be some time before your own daughter must be wed. Edrich, the process is very entertaining would-be suitors and ensuring that the right one won't damage your loved ones.
Indeed. I apologize that previous meeting turned to keeping that up. His voice lowers to the point that the din of the crowd would cover it for everyone else, even if it is just a facade. But he continues, exhausting though it may be, I am sure it is a drop in the bucket compared to the regular stresses of ruling a household and a county.
Well, there's a lot of concern from many of the knights around if Cornwall is successful in Dorset. Will they turn their attention north to us at that point? Most would suspect yes. It seems to be... It's just Sir Gareth mentioned that if their intention was elsewhere, they would have chosen Summerland as their target, not Dorset. Why else put yourself on the border against Wessex unless you intend to travel further, expand further?
They had 3 options: Summerland, Dorset, and us. The fact that they did not choose us does mean that once they lower one target, the next could just as likely put us on the chopping block. But if I were King Idris, Salisbury would be just as tempting a target as Wessex would be. I would use the destruction of Wessex, or the offer of assistance, as a carrot rather than a stick, to bring Salisbury into the fold, but we will not capitulate, so war will occur. Hopefully not within our lifetimes, but we will be ready when it does.
With this new angle having landed, it's been much of the topic of late. Something Sir Erwin said made sense to me, that with the angles at Essex's back, that may push them further into Huntland and Heartland, and perhaps as far as contesting London. We've always suspected that London would be a prize jewel for any who hold it, and it is very much indeed what gives Ulfius still his strength.
The biggest concern of Essex is the fact that they would wish to, and could, contest Londinium, try to take it. It is in many ways the heart of Logres, and at the moment, it is surrounded. But just as the arrival of the Angles could pose a threat, it could also prove an opportunity. The Angles have succeeded in the conquest of Caerwent, at least in a small capacity. But there is no guarantee they will ally with each other. I will have feelers in that direction to try and see which way the wind will blow. but in your personal opinion, do you believe this is a boon for Logres as a whole, or yet another invader?
I can't see it being a boon. It creates more tension between the Saxons, but at the loss of yet another county that we had just celebrated.
Very true. One way or the other, we will be playing catch-up for a little while yet. But if need arises, we will be ready.
Thomas, I need you to test Sir Edric's chaste.
Oh. I am pretty chaste.
Understood. Okay. Okay.
Why, was she just hitting on you?
That's how we talk. There's politics.
You
That's how you
What
flirt
is that?
with politics.
35.
You look over at the high table, and there's a moment where you notice a face you hadn't seen prior. You are now. Edrich is someone who is married for love. Has never really, outside of almost like a pragmatic love. You know, there was more to it there, right? But it was like he isn't necessarily the stereotypical romantic knight, like chasing after his whims and desires. He did very much marry for love, but he's not someone that's he's not a Florence, for example, a Horence. Like,
He had a very concrete goal in mind, and he fell in love for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
He loves Oslav.
Yeah, there's a pragmatic element to it, but there is very much the authentic love. You just catch her eye, and she looks at you, and for a moment, this beautiful, dark-haired maiden, you're left with, and I'm not going to give you anything. We're going to actually transition away from you right at this point, but thematically, you can feel your pulse beating through you. Like, you haven't felt that taken aback by someone, arguably ever. Like, it really just throws you off.
Yeah.
You don't know what that feeling is, but it doesn't feel normal to you at all. And not in a suspicious way.
That he's been poisoned.
You're off your logical thinking at that point. You're a little bit thrown off.
No, definitely.
Virgil, it is your turn, good sir. You are muted.
I love when it's Virgil's turn to do Virgil things. Okay. I got my gang. I got my squad. So I've accomplished my mission this year.
Yeah.
Can I pull a feast card and partake in whatever action it is with a member of my posse?
Like, you want to pull a feast card, and then if it's they're with you, or is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, just kind of be with me
them, maybe
in the vibe.
Like,
yeah, just kind of be with me, just so that I can start seeing their faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna pull 3 cards and fight off a cat with the other hand. Yeah, my dinner. Yeah.
A dangerous game.
Dangerous game. To fighting off a cat. Okay.
No host.
Oh my God, they're playing 5-finger fillet. Oh my God, I want to do 5-finger fillet.
Oh yes. No, that's perfect. That's perfect.
I'm so bad at it, but it looks like fun. More food. I don't have Indulgent 16, so it's not mandatory. On either of those, more drink. Yeah, I'm doing dangerous game. Fuck that other shit. I don't care.
So you and your buddy, you and your gang, the hounds are...
Oh yeah, we are sitting around a table and playing with knives.
Yeah.
Certified gang activity.
I think you have to travel to like the low below the salt to like interact with them, but very much doable.
Hell yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm about to injure my hand so badly.
You fumbled, you just stabbed your hand.
Can I test?
When you fumble, you do 1d3 plus 46.
Can I impassion with hospitality? Is that at all an option here for playing this game? I don't think it applies, but you know more about what hospitality is than I do, so.
No, I wouldn't think, like, because it's kind of like a...
that makes sense.
No, you know what, though? If it could warrant geniality, then I don't think it's necessarily faux pas. Yeah, I'd
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Hell yeah. All right. I got a 50-50 shot at this, lads. Oh, I have all my fingers. The knife goes chop, chop, chop. And if I miss the spaces in between, my fingers will come off. And if I hit my fingers, the blood will soon come out. But all the same, I play this game because that's what it's all about.
That nets you to geniality, and I think your Virgil's hounds are having a good time with it. Like, there's some cheering, and it's a bit rowdy, but it goes over well. Like, it's a positive geniality thing, so it has to.
What a good day!
Yeah, I'm sure there's some people scoffing about it at the high table, right? But otherwise.
What a lovely day.
Yeah, there's people like,
lovely day.
Remind me of the trio. All right, yeah, good stuff. And we can flesh out those characters a little bit more, Virgil, from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to Rhodri next.
Alright. Rhodri, for his turn, is going to draw some cards. He gets 2 cards.
Okay.
Ooh, the best weapon.
These are good.
And Steward. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of Steward. The best weapon. Several knights are arguing about their favorite weapons. Weapon skill, your choice.
I think it's a sword. I think it's a sword.
I was about to say.
But my sword.
But my stuff. Well, it's gonna surprise the fuck out of people when Rhodri discusses how swords are his favorite weapon.
Yeah.
If you get a critical, you just say Excalibur, and then everybody gets real quiet.
Excalibur.
Which I
Sword of
saw no
victory.
less.
Alright, it's a success.
Not bad.
You get
So-
4 geniality this round.
Somehow
What
there
the
was
fuck?
someone arguing about a mace, and like, who are these knights? Like, because always
Exactly.
Yeah. But whatever it
Brought
is.
a mace here.
I
Throw him
am-
out immediately.
Yeah.
Not cool, man. Fuck you. It's like that smiling friends scene where the tree demon goes in. He brought a mace here. Fuck you.
There's
That's
a person playing devil's advocate and going, perhaps the bow.
Yeah.
Oh. You fuck.
I think the most non-knightly weapon is the best. Yeah.
I was tempted to do like Rhodri says dagger and roll that instead, but no, he'd be like, no, a sword's valuable.
Makes sense.
And also, how would you explain that to a room full of honorable knights? I like a weapon
That's
that I
one of
can
the things,
conceal so that I can attack an
Pendragon.
unarmored opponent.
For I always have one on me.
Yeah.
Rhodri is never unarmed.
All right. That brings us to round 2 with Edrich.
Who is that mysterious lady? That is the question I would like to ask. I think I'm gonna actually roll something.
Okay.
It's probably going to be trusting versus suspicious, if that makes sense. On a suspicious, he's going to ask someone else about it. On a trusting, he's going to approach and go, I haven't seen you before and you seem remarkable.
Okay.
Are you flirting with her in front of your wife, Thomas?
No!
Call
no,
him
Most
I'm
stuff is
remarkable,
not
not.
huh?
here.
That is only something you say in flirting context. Just putting it
Remarkable.
out there.
That is a higher success on suspicious.
That's classic. I would have been blown away if
Edrich was trusting and went around things in a straightforward way. Christ,
Yeah.
can you imagine?
Not in this reality.
I think Edrich is just going to just to give you a break from playing the Lady Ellen. I would like to approach the Lady Violet.
okay, she would still be above the cell, I think. Update her token unless she hasn't aged in 20 years. You guys
He
went
wears
with
it
her
well.
in 483, so it's been a minute.
You don't happen to bathe in the blood of virgins, do you?
Yeah, you're right. So she looks at you and she's like, "Oh, Edrich."
It is good to see you, Lady Violet. I trust you are well.
Well, as one can be. Husband is away at war every year.
Indeed. That is a common enough answer, but I hope one day those fortunes will turn. I had a question for you, one of this court in particular, as you have your finger on the pulse of these matters.
Sir Edrich, whatever do you mean?
I spied a lady that I have not seen before. A peculiar
Have you
one.
now? You and at least 10 other men, it seems.
It is odd. I am not given to... I will say this in the interests of perhaps discretion. I do not feel things in that way. Not in the way that boys do or teenagers do. He wouldn't say teenagers, in that boys do, or those of more foolish and hot-headed people do. But I've only ever seen one so beautiful, and that was the Lady Igraine.
Indeed.
I want to stress this, because I have a love passion of my wife. I do not have an interest in her in this fashion, but I am curious.
You speak of the Lord Alabaster's daughter.
I imagine I do. This is the Alabaster castle that spontaneously sprouted.
So the rumors say.
Their family, their lineage, I have not heard of a Lord Alabaster.
To be true, neither have I. I suspect perhaps someone from Gentian or Summerland. Perhaps Clarence. Perhaps a renaming.
Either way, to have a new household, and perhaps a new house here, it is a curious thing. I will not deny some level of suspicion on my part.
What are your intentions with this action? Give me an
basically
intrigue test.
Oh, yes, absolutely. My intentions were basically to say, who is that girl? And now it's, oh, she's probably a demon, isn't she? 19 intrigue.
Who's that lady? Beautiful lady.
Yep, so
who's that lady?
I don't have to double back on any of that that's been done already. Violet just nods and says, as I've stated, she seems to be catching the eye of many knights. No surprise given her beauty.
Yes. Please don't mention this to my wife, that I had this conversation with you.
So long as it remains a conversation, Sir Edrich, I would have little reason to report such a thing to your wife.
It shall not go further, trust me. But more questions need to be asked. Thank you, Lady Violet. I don't like this Alabaster situation. I think she's a demon.
I think it's great. What could go wrong with this?
Exactly.
If a
Alright,
mysterious murder happens, it's her.
Is it Virgil's turn to do Virgil things?
It is Virgil's turn.
Hell yeah! Don't care what's going on over there. I'm drawing cards.
You'd have no reason to, anyways. Here,
I am all tasked out. Ooh, 2 host cards. The host calls for a toast, or the host passes by. I'm about to potentially be made very aware of the situation. We'll see. Ooh, I want to do host passes by, of course.
Okay, is this Ellen, Jenna, or Robert?
Jenna.
Okay.
Or you can choose Jenna or Ellen. I don't care about Robert.
That's fine.
Lord
Jenna's
Robert,
fine.
he's our
Your
lord.
loyalty lord again?
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, Robert is technically the lord. Until he is of age, Lady Ellen is my lord.
That's fair.
Jenna is walking by and she kind of stops and then she almost like runs into you and then she pauses and she says, "Oh, Sir Virgil."
Oh, hello, Jenna. Sorry, my friends and I were just. This is not a game that you should be playing. That anyone should be playing. How are you?
She kind of looks over and says, "Wouldn't it? What if you lost a finger?"
Well, any one of us could lose a finger out in the battlefield, or simply by, I don't know, falling in the wrong way, falling on our sword or a dagger. At least we're getting some entertainment out of this, right, boys?
What is that thing dear to your heart? Before we go in.
I would like to give her a lesson in honor. Would be nice. That is the thing that is close. That is the highest passion I have.
What?
And it would be an 18 instead of a 17, except for I keep going fucking insane. I'm unstable.
And this doesn't have to
noticed.
be. This isn't necessarily a lesson, though it makes sense with her not being terribly old, right? But it can just be you speaking of your passion as well. So
Yeah.
she says, I suppose it is always best for knights to be, well, father always said that that weapons were the tools of knights, like gardening tools are for gardeners.
I suppose that's true in a way, but the person who really wields the weapons is the Lord. Huh? The knights are a Lord's tools in the same way that the swords are ours. Any one of us, we could die out on the field, but we're here together, enjoying the moment and enjoying the risk because we have some control over it. We have control out there too, it's just of a different sort. Our conduct, our bonds with each other. Nights like these, Christmas nights, when everyone gets to be together, it almost feels like I have friends. As a success on honor.
You could add your geniality too, but that's okay. Pass.
I can add my geniality? Then that's a critical, baby!
Is it? I don't think I'd bring any critical.
No, it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't? Oh no, because
No, because
that's
it
right.
raises it to
It ups
19.
it ups the later
Further
one
away from a
first. Yeah,
critical.
it ups the threshold first. Yeah. All right, never mind. Never mind on
That'd
the
be a-
excitement.
Be funny if you added it to the roll, so you're more likely to fail than
Failed.
succeed.
Damn it. Okay, so yeah, she'll say there I think there's a look when you say almost like you have friends, like but she doesn't say anything in turn to that. She nods and she says, no one will ever speak poorly of your loyalty, Sir Virgil. That is for certain. There's one good thing that my mother has always said.
Well, I'm sure there are some that would disagree with that sentiment, Lady Jenna, but I see you, and I appreciate you seeing me as well. Lady Jenna, can I ask something? It's a little personal.
Of course, Sir Virgil, and I will answer to the best of my ability.
I do wish you to be honest with me on this. Do I frighten you?
Well, not until you said that, and now
Yeah,
I'm
right.
now I'm not for sure anymore.
She looks at you, and I think I can imagine like Virgil like leaning in when he says it, like it's like
Yeah.
like ominous, almost intimidating factor, and she takes a deep breath and says, "No, Sir Virgil. I'm certain that if you wanted to, you could harm me, but I do not think you would, not without a good reason, anyways."
You know, my wife, I don't think I frightened her either. It's strange. All my life, I've known both men and women around me to be uncomfortable with my presence. Something about how I think, how I talk, how I carry myself, it puts them off, but it's nice to know that there are those who see me.
Of course.
Well, forgive an old man for doddering on. Enjoy your evening, Lady Jenna.
You as well, Sir Virgil. And she will carry on. All right, so
Hell
that was
yeah.
worth, what, 3?
2 geniality.
3 total then.
Correct.
And
I like her.
Yeah.
We gotta sell her off, unfortunately, but
You
I
gotta-
like her.
for money.
Not for
I
money,
Yeah.
for an
But for political
alliance.
safety. I like
For an
her
alliance
enough
that will
that
lead to
I'm
money.
willing. Yeah. I'm willing to fight wars. Of course, I
Right.
do that anyway.
You do
That-
that anyway. That you were just saying you need to die in a war. You were just saying it.
it's true.
Ow.
All
Don't bite
Biological
me.
clock is ticking. I'll
Don't
bite
bite
who
me.
I want.
right. Rhodri for round 2.
Fight you.
Okay. Also, I think I should be at 4 geniality. So I got 2 for the card, 1 for the success, and 1 for being in the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got you as 4.
Alright, cool.
All
Alright then, for Rhodri's turn, let's draw some cards.
Let's see it.
He hasn't got any conspiracies to deal with at the moment.
I do.
That one's the
Queasy.
worst.
Let's have the second one.
Oh, you-
Oh,
Oh,
God!
you're shitting me!
Fucking kidding! Jesus.
That is the worst kind of luck. I would recommend impassioning yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
out for the
is
fees.
awful.
Alright.
What's making you queasy?
On
This is
roll.
the 3rd round, right?
The
Second.
second
Yeah.
round. The pull
I heard someone compliment Virgil.
it. It's the game hen. Pullets?
The game hen.
A little gamey.
Little gamey. Little too gamey.
Turns out gaming
Uh,
chicken isn't really a good thing, as we've learned later
Yeah.
on.
Ow! Don't fucking. What is wrong with you? Sorry.
Pay
I'm
attention
usually on push
to
to
him.
talk.
Pay attention
He-
to him. He wants
he's-
you to pay attention.
He's quite soft.
That's Virgil's son stabbing him and then leg at the dinner with it for.
Kato, no! Don't stab me anymore! Stop it!
Vendetta! Vendetta!
All right, let's go.
Oh.
Rolling love of family.
Chop, 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 chop.
Success.
I'm picking up the speed. And if I hit my fingers, my hand will start to bleed. Ah!
That's a critical.
Oh!
That would have been a fumble.
Unfortunately. Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that would have been a real fumble.
On a natural 20, yeah,
Yeah.
Christ.
Literally, I had to have used my love of family, or else.
Hey,
That would've
take
been
it
it.
queasy. You know?
What does this look like? Is this you with the crit? Is this like the people around you start to they bite into one of the rounds of the game hen and it's just like pink, and everyone starts to spit it out, and you just look and you're like,
well, I think it's like a thing that like everyone around him who's eating the chicken has also become queasy, and it's like, I gotta get out of here.
you're
and
the
he's just-
only one in
it's
your
fine.
area that doesn't get up and get sick, and not only that, but you take another bite of the food.
Exactly. And that's a 14.
Okay,
There's not much glory in that, but you do get geniality and the glory from the crit. So
yeah.
I get aging out.
On top of that, Rhodri, just for entertainment purposes, because you critted at that time, and it was like it was a significant option, and because we don't really spend a lot of time with secondary characters, I think it'd be funny if your Constitution went up by 1.
Hey!
yeah.
Kid Rick Constitution.
The sheer force of will I had to maintain to not vomit tonight has made me physically stronger.
They call you Rhodri the Iron Gutted now. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
I am resistant to salmonella poison.
That's better than what we were originally going to call you Rhodri shit jorts, but I guess that's a better nickname.
It's a better one.
Well, hey, Belias was Bernie Pants for the longest time. These
True.
things
I
stick.
don't think that was what we called him. I don't think that was his actual name.
remember
No, I
Edric's
just think.
remember Edric's IBS routine there for the
Yes.
first couple where he had to leave from being sick
I
like out of
know.
2 feast.
No, I distinctly remember the king referring to him as Bernie Pants. I'm lying.
IBS art. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, IBSR. Mm-hmm.
Never really solved bad writing. But we go to round 3, and it's Edric's turn again.
I can't talk to the Lady Alabaster. It would cause too many problems. I need to
Or
get my network of spies.
Not enough.
Well, not
Perhaps
enough.
not enough problems?
No, Edric's a certified wife guy. He's not going to. It sounds weird, but I think from the perspective of a Christian knight, he's not going to take the risk, as it were.
Let's find out. I need a chase versus lustful roll. Lustful will be at a +5.
Fuck. Would the chaste be benefited by
No.
geniality or no? Okay. Come on.
It will not.
+5, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Higher lustful.
Yeah.
I think you would do the thing that brought you closer to her right now, in this moment. You would justify it as like, oh, I'm not going to do anything bad. I'm just going
to do espionage.
I have to
just
check
going to do
this
espionage.
out a little closer. And that's you know.
Yes. I think Edrich will approach the Lady Alabaster as the rounds of... What the hell is Hippocras?
You don't remember Hippocras?
It's wine mixed... It's spiced wine.
Yeah.
It's spiced wine.
Yeah. it's a
Yeah,
spice
over a round of Hippocras.
So, your intention is to go and speak with her?
Yes, I have to find out more.
Okay. You, the moment you start in her direction without her looking your way, she stands up in her chair and starts to move on the floor. And as you make your way over, like to try and like catch her through the crowd, you realize that she has fallen into the dance floor.
Oh no. That's my worst battleground.
Right?
Can't I kill her with a sword? Yeah, I think the intent was to approach her, so I think Edrich will attempt to continue to do so, unless this is enough to sway him. But he likely doesn't care in the face of, why has your castle appeared so suddenly?
Okay, sounds good. So, what is your intention when you reach her? Because this is what you're going to be rolling. What is your goal? Like, I don't need to know your approach. I need to know what your goal is, what your desire.
He wants to get information. He wants to know about her family. He wants to know about the castle, the mysteries surrounding it, and he wants to get information.
Okay. Through courtesy or through intrigue?
Intrigue.
Okay. All right. You can...
I don't have to tell the truth to this lady.
Okay. Let's start with your intrigue roll.
Critical. With a natural 20.
You navigate through the dance floor, kind of trying to wait for the optimal time. And as you get closer and you're like, okay, that's perfect. The time, it looks as if she's going to be parting ways with the knight that she's dancing with. Let's say it's like Kenric, someone in there that I haven't seen in a while. As Kenric leaves, he reluctantly leaves her hand. There's a bit more of a prolonged look as she leaves. And you realize, unfortunately for your situation, that she wasn't leaving the dance floor. This was trading of the partners on the dance floor. So you have found yourself dancing with...
Great.
Or at least that would be the appropriate thing.
Yes. It would be churlish to walk away and, like a hunting panther, kind of wait for her to leave at this point.
Yeah.
I think Edrich does say, "May I have this dance?"
Of course, Sir Knight. She'll extend her hand.
Yes, Edrich will take it and do the best approximation he has of a courtly dance.
You can add your geniality.
Can I, as a relatively low stakes roll my hospitality for this?
Yeah.
All I have to do is not fumble.
It will mean that you are impassioned by hospitality for the remainder of the round.
Sorry.
That's all right. I've got to be a little bit of a bastard. I think I'll just roll dance straight up.
Okay.
Failure, but not by much. Oddly, yeah, the impassion would have got me a success.
Right? You're like, 1 sec. I just need to test something.
Edrich dances on the battlefield.
You did crit on your intrigue, so that's a good start. But you find yourself more... You came over here, you convinced yourself that you were put together, and then when she extended her hand, and you're this close to her, and you have her scent in your nose, like everything about the situation is doing its best to keep your mind off of the whole reason you're here. Just to get
Can I
answers.
activate another passion?
You didn't impassion yourself?
I did not. I would like to
Okay.
activate Love Oslav.
Okay. You can certainly test against that 26. You love us.
Indeed. I just want it to be something guiding him
No, I
as
think it's
best it
interesting.
can.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't want to fail. I don't. I succeed.
Yep. Okay. So you are, this isn't going to be something where Edric's going to like run off,
No,
with her or
certainly
something.
not.
But it is still her success here. So
Yeah.
You are impassioned with Love Oslav, and that will stay. Were you impassioning yourself?
Yes, he was. If only to kind of keep his head on.
Now,
Look, whatever happens, don't cheat on your wife who you love very dearly.
What we should actually do with that is roll a chase +5.
Okay. Chase +5. I don't add geniality to this.
Correct.
19 of 20, almost a
so
crit.
close to that crit. So close to that crit. Okay. So you are confident in your ability not to screw up. That's where you're at. Yeah. I think with this loss to her, you're still gonna get your geniality. You did your job. You came out here and you entertained. I think you realize that you're in a bit of a trance and you don't say anything for like a long time. And as the
This
last few
person's a
seconds,
very good operator. Yeah.
As you get to the last few seconds of the song, you have a chance. You're like, this is my one golden opportunity. I have to say whatever I'm gonna ask. I have one, like maybe a couple of exchanges with her, and it's over. Like I'm gonna miss this opportunity. So whatever your priority is, you have to get to that point in not the time that you would have had through a whole song.
You're a subject of much mystery, Lady Alabaster. Why have you come to Salisbury? To this court?
But I'm here like every noble to represent my father's house here in Salisbury.
For the first time, no less. Where is your father from?
From Britain, of course. She laughs.
I think Edrich does like raise an eyebrow. He doesn't make the same face I did, but he's feeling it.
Yeah.
That was not at all what was in question, but now it is. I have not met your father, and I think I should like to. His castle, is it available for visiting?
Oh, he's often away on business and terribly busy, but when he's not, he does like to entertain guests.
It would be good, as Marshal, to know the holder of one of the manors, recent though it might be.
She smiles.
Thank you for the dance, Lady Alabaster.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sir Marshal. He bows. And she departs.
Yeah. I think Edrich in that moment has a, ooh, it really was affecting me. Yeah, she's very good at what she does, and I don't know what that is, and it scares me, and she's probably a witch.
Yeah. Make a 3d6 roll, please.
Crabsolutely. 8.
That's not bad. So you have in a more Lady Alabaster at 8.
That's pathetic. Yeah, I'm fine with that. My hate self, for instance, is a 7.
So you love her more than you hate yourself? That sounds like some good lyrics right there.
Lady Alabaster. 8. All right, cool. Thank you very much.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you are. That's the level in which you're infatuated with her when you see her. That's the level that is a passion that sits with you at all times, kind of thing. When she's around, it's different.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But no, that's very good, and something that he will be looking into. He was willing to kill his own wife when they were on opposite ends of the battlefield.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and she moves on to her next dance partner, and that will net you another 2, 3 genius.
4 if the crit counts as 2.
Yeah, because you
for the
rolled
intrigue.
Nope. It was negated down to a.
Got you. Negated for the dance. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally good. Okay.
No,
Thank you kindly.
it was a contested roll, so it negated the.
Yeah, that's right. It was 24 versus 26.
Weird. Hold on one sec. That's something on my screen. Okay. As long as it's roll 20, I'm. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We will go to. We'll go to Virgil next. I think I'm reloading my screen, so I can't see who's next. Virgil.
If Edrich just went, then it is Virgil's turn to do Virgil things.
Yeah. Virgil, you are.
Now, for the final round of the feast, you're going to be surprised to hear this, but I am going to draw some cards.
Okay, before you do.
Oh, before I do.
Yeah, I want you to test awareness.
I love testing awareness. Virgil's still nearsighted as fuck.
Okay.
But he sees something or hears it this time.
Okay. Now I want you to make a chase test. It's there.
All right. Can I impassion with the love of my wife before I do so?
I will allow it. Yep.
Hell yeah. I love my wife.
My wife.
My way.
Get fucked, lady.
She didn't get a crit.
Yeah, that's good. You notice particularly
I'm immune to her
beautiful young maiden. I will give you a heraldry test.
Virgil squints trying to make out her features. he can't see her. What?
I think I just saw the
Everyone's-
pretty skill I've seen.
I think? I'm
I
not
think?
sure. I'm not certain though.
That's great. At 20.
Very attractive blob.
Yeah. I see the colors.
There
of-
must be some kind of magic shit going on here because
Or
I think
red
that
and green.
blurry blob is hot.
Yeah. Maybe she walks right by you after, on the way to the dance floor, and that's kind of the thing. And then you see Edrich strangely follow in pursuit. So you'll catch note of that, and then you shall draw your cards, good sir.
All right. Well, I accidentally drew this one. Great deeds, and then something shiny. My little magpie heart. It's and then popular. I'm gonna be popular. Several knights ask to tell of your great deeds. Well, I could tell you about this battle where I was unconscious, or this battle where I was knocked unconscious, or this
one where I
great
went
battle where I
nuts.
was knocked unconscious.
This time when I ran into the forest, maddened by rage, and I
Yeah.
killed single-handedly 5
There was-
peasants.
There was that one
Was it the time we
time.
did a mock battle, which I was
There was
unconscious,
that,
which I ran
yeah,
away
I was unconscious for that. There was that one time we went to go and fight. I was part of the team that went and killed Gorlo, but it was ended in the first round by my buddy who just insta-killed him. Okay, so in that one I test Modest versus Proud. If Modest wins, I get a little bit glory. If Proud wins, then I don't know what this is trying to say.
You roll or rate.
Oh, roll or rate. Then I have to
Yeah.
tell. Then I have to actually tell the story. And then if I fumble, I end up telling it about how I was unconscious. Something shiny. You find an exquisite piece of jewelry. If you return it with an honest check, you get geniality. Otherwise, you get 1 librum, and I can take honest if I return it anyway. I don't need 1 librum. Popular. You are popular tonight. Everybody seems drawn to you. Shit, we're on the last round, but I want that one. That's the one
You
I
can
want to
still
do.
take it. I mean, it's just it
I think
represents
I
those
will.
knights that are hanging out with you right now. And
Yeah, I think I will. I've got friends that I bought. I paid all these people to be my friends.
he's
Yeah,
a
let's do that.
social
Let's do
media
popular.
influencer of his time.
Yeah.
And for selecting that card, you get 2 geniality already, bringing you
I
up
do.
to 8 as of the end of this round.
If I roll a success on modest, or if I roll a success on proud, or a failure on modest, I must discard this card. The adulation begins to go to your head.
Virgil, never.
Either or.
He's-
So it's gonna net him what for this round will that net him?
2 geniality for this round, and that should be it, because unless we're doing another round, I don't get the bonus geniality.
Yeah. He gets 2 geniality for getting the card, for picking
Per
the
round
one.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 total. 5, 6, 7, 8. I agree with Thomas's math. There we go. All right. And then so there's more than just your knights, I guess. Virgil's kind of doing really well, especially below the salt. Like a lot of the knights are drawn to him. What is your glory at this right now? Before the session,
Excellent. That's an excellent question.
like your total.
I believe I am 5,671.
Makes sense. I mean, you're a renowned knight then at this point, right?
Virgil, I need you to entertain people so that Lady Alabaster no longer has as much social power over the court.
I don't know what any of that means.
I don't know what that
Let your
means, but I
freak
got a
flag
knife
fly.
and at least 4 more fingers left.
Okay. Next thing's next. We're gonna go to Rhodri for the final part of this round.
Alright. Do you want me to do an awareness roll, or?
Yes,
Am I
please
good
do
to
that as
throw
well.
some cards?
Let's see how that works out.
She is much more aware. Success and then heraldry.
Yep. And chased, please.
Okay, no. Alright. Chased. He succeeds.
Okay. You kind of get the same thing. I imagine Rhodri again isn't one who is typically pulled by, especially at 13. He's not pulled by matters
no.
of the heart or other organs. So, but this lady absolutely catches you. And you heard the stories of the way people used to speak of the Duchess Igraine before, when she was in her youth, in her prime, so to speak. You very much the same. You feel like your heart beating through your whole body, and you're like, oh, and you're like, I wonder who she is. And you're like, forgot the fact that you're really good at heraldry for that moment.
Yeah.
Like, there's not
What is that, a
heraldry
bush?
there, is there? No. Yeah. Anyways, and then it's your action.
Alright, we're just gonna draw some cards. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Anyway.
Anyway.
Who are
Ooh,
you? Oh.
that would be funny. But no, it's a lady and you. Oh,
Well, a lady in you is also.
I
There you
guess fate has decided.
fate has decided for me.
Well, this is a host card, though, right?
It's a
but
host card
an
because you
important
may
lady.
petition the host at the. Oh, sorry, I'll let you.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. You can petition the host at the end to call the lady. Except I'm already married, so I don't really care.
You're already married. Yeah. You know what we can say is if you're actually you don't have control. You're on the pilot seat right now.
I don't get a joy.
You
I don't get a
you
joy.
find yourself hovering around the edge of the dance floor, just trying to get a better look at her, and you're not even paying attention like who he was dancing with because it was Edrich.
Mm.
And as Edrich and her part ways, and the floor is busy, and so Edrich's not able to track this at all. she wanders right over to you, Rhodri, and she like takes your hand and kind of like mischievously pulls you in to the floor.
Yeah. She would go along with joining on the dance. What would be the roll to see if he's distracted? Or would we assume he's not as distracted because he succeeded on the chase roll?
Well, succeeding isn't necessarily enough when she's spending her action flirting against you. So hers is a crit and yours is a success. I think it's another thing where you're a bit very similar to Edrich. It's like more time. You're trying to savor like every second of this. It's like the sense intoxicating, the looks are intoxicating, all that stuff. And then before you know it, like almost the whole song is gone through. But you do have time. Why don't you test intrigue if you want to, or whatever you want to do.
He'd want to test intrigue. He'd want to know what's going on with this lady.
Yeah.
Success.
You may do as you do.
And I think we hear another go. Forgive me, my lady, but you are not a face I recognize. Are you new to these courts?
Indeed. I'm new to Salisbury.
Is that so? Where do you hail originally? Out of curiosity.
From north of here.
The north is a very big place.
It's a very big island indeed.
Indeed. What brings you to Salisbury? Simply here for the Christmas feast, or is there other reasons that have called you here?
My father has settled on lands.
Your father?
Yes. Perhaps you've heard of Lord Alabaster.
I've heard bits and pieces of the castle that they call Alabaster.
Indeed.
Supposedly it popped out of nowhere, but that seems rather absurd.
Doesn't it now? Well, so
Curious.
And like with that, you're like, you want to say more, and
yeah,
then
he's about to say more, and then the song ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, perhaps I'll see you again.
Perhaps so. Bows respectfully.
All right. I want you to test lustful.
Let's go. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's a good thing. We like that.
Yeah, I'm not lustful at all.
Fumbles are never a good thing.
It's not a good thing, yeah.
Even though it should be, fumbles are never, ever a good thing. So, with the exception of, I guess, the winter phase. Welcome in, Vancouver.
Yes, hello.
All right. All right. So, Mark, I need you to roll 2d6 plus 6.
All right. $13.
Give it a more of her at 13.
What's her name?
Who you know as Alabaster's daughter.
Alabaster's daughter.
You'll still get
I don't trust this lady.
the 2 intrigue. All right. That brings us to the end of the feast. Edrich.
Me.
what drives Edrich as we close out? This is just noting the reason why this is continuing on past the piece. I didn't know we were at our end, but I need to know one thing from Edrich. What compels Edrich to be the snoopy person he is? What compels him to investigate into matters of safety, and what is his driving focus?
Long ago, he was told, when he was barely old enough to understand it, that his father was dead. He died along with his grandfather, I believe, at the Night of the Long Knives, an event which was supposed to be peaceful, where so many of the forefathers of the knights that he grew up around in later years died. He's paranoid because he believes that if they're... he's still in his mind that boy going, could he have done something? Could he have learned something? Could I have figured something out or overheard something in a different thing where a life could have been saved? He understands that it's what you don't know that kills you, rather than the thing that you can see coming. He wants to... Oh, yeah, you go.
Please roll love family.
Absolutely. A success. But a small one.
Okay. Now I want you to roll. You're suspicious. With a +5. Is it? Plus 5.
Wait, is it +5 if I rolled that? Because
Actually,
it's a
that'd be
success
+10.
on an exalted.
Yep. +10.
That is an 18 suspicious.
Okay. We are going to leave on that note, folks. And when we begin anew, we will be starting the year 501. But I'm gonna work with Liam and Mark. There's a couple of different tales that we're gonna tell over the next while.
Are any of them set in Canterbury?
Right, indeed. All over. Actually, we're gonna be doing some journeying. We're gonna do something. We're gonna line up some things. See if we can line up Megan if Megan would like to participate to do a story around Wessex. We're going to be doing a story with Florence and perhaps Virgil. About a journey north. Assuming that
Hell yeah.
Florence's old vows hold true, Florence, you would be escorting the Lady Morgan to be wed in the north.
Yeah. We would, of course, do as he has promised.
Sorry.
All right, and then we'll be seeing some of the rest of the island as we go over the next few episodes. And
Very exciting.
yeah. Edrich, I'll get with you, Thomas, and tell you kind of what's going down, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll probably have a little bit of Edrich still floating around in the background because it just makes no sense to have the marshal absent. So let's go ahead and do some quick
Edrich
outros.
took a break for a few years.
Yeah, he stopped being the head of the military faction.
Like, some knights are riding, and then they hear, like, a grunting noise, and from out of a great oak, Edrich tears himself out, going, I have been in Ferry for 5 years! But yes, I am Thomas. I have been Sir Edrich of Winterbourne, Stoke. Devoted husband, god damn it. And it has been an absolute delight. I've loved playing with you guys, and thank you to the audience for watching, and thank you for Lily, my guiding star. She's leaving fur all over the place. But yes, I will be heading to the United States, and not in a position to stream, but I will be keeping you all in my thoughts and probably watching.
Okay. Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just checking out our handy dandy Discord. By the way, did you know we have a Discord? Come check us out. Lots of fun things on there, like memes and shit postings, as well as updates on whenever we go live, as well as new projects we're doing. And some of which you can be a part of, like our open Pendragon projects. If you want to come play Pendragon as part of the world, join the server. Other than that, I have been Mark, aka the Cat's Meow. And yeah, I've been playing mostly Sir Rhodri today, which is always fun. And yeah, I can't wait for next week when I might be doing something very interesting, very different. Till then,
Awesome. And Liam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liam. I played Sir Virgil of Durnford, and he had a very good year. Year 500 worked out pretty well for him. I had a wonderful time. I look forward to seeing you guys again whenever we do it and what form that takes. And congratulations for sticking with us for 500 years of Pendragon.
Yeah, we've been playing for 500
You're
years.
playing for 500 years. That's incredible.
500 years, but yeah.
500 years. No, but it's been 30 years in game now. Yeah. We started in 80, or did we start in 85?
80.
That would be
We started in 80.
Oh,
20.
Yeah.
damn.
20? Oh, that is 20. Shit,
20.
bro.
Yeah.
5 more years and it will have caught up to my real life.
Right? Yeah, it's
Nuts. So
been a minute, man. It's been a fun experience. I can see why, having played Anarchy now for this far along, I can see why people could end up like falling out of the campaign during this period, because that tends to be the rumor, is that if someone tries to play the Great Pendragon campaign, this is the slayer of people is Anarchy. And I think it's just because the focus is more internal, and people probably, you think of your standard GM and group, they aren't necessarily good at that. Or I could see it getting too Game of Thrones where everyone's like killing each other, which also might happen here, but you know.
I think it's some people might like. There's a lot of direction
Mhm.
in pre-anarchy where it's like there's always somebody telling you where to go and what to do, and that's true for the large scale of England or Britain. Shit. But during this era, it's kind of like, yeah, you still got a boss, but she doesn't know what she's doing, and she's deferring a lot, and that's partly you. But I love it. It's a fun back and forth, and I'm excited to get to Boy King stuff. But also, this is good context. I love it.
I think it's really good content. I would agree with you. It's kind of like, you know, sometimes watching a good film or watching a good series, it's like taking those slow moments, knowing that it's not all going to be slow. It's kind of what it reminds me of. Because there are less wars, there's less like one person or one focus. Sometimes it pulls you guys away from your mains more than I'd like. Like, almost never. I mean, I guess Virgil kind of is a substitute main right now, really. But like Rhodri's not. We spend a lot of time with him. But it's also by honoring player choices, so it is what it is. Anyways, I'm Bob. We run Pendragon on Sundays in Salisbury, on Tuesdays in Summerland, and on Fridays in Scavelin, which is Wales. So yeah, the Somerset and Salisbury, or what is it, Wiltshire? Is that right? What's the modern version? Yeah. So yeah, if you like what you see, there's lots more of it. The realm is interconnected. Those 3 games exist and have lots of crossover. We also do some other projects. You can check out Time Bob Gaming on YouTube if you want to see some other projects that I don't host on here, like Star Wars or our previous ones. If you're confused on where to jump in for this game, you can go to some playlists called Great Pendragon Campaign if you want to see where this one began and you're a sucker for going through hundreds of hours of content. Or you can just jump in Anarchy and hope for the best. That's also an option. Thanks for watching, guys. And we do have 7 people here, so let's do a raid. Let me just unpreparedly plan this raid. I'm all over the place today. One sec. Let's see. Anyone? We'll go to Angel Revelation. Okay. Pass on the love. right. Just gonna do that right now.
Farewell.
Oh, not yet. Not yet, Thomas. Takes
Oh.
a minute. Gotta trigger the raid.
I'm
It
gonna
takes like,
keep waiting.
yeah. 10 seconds before the raid can be triggered. And then we are out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for being patient as we took a couple breaks tonight. And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you, and see you later. Farewell.
Okay, we're done. We can stop.